Shall we get into the show? I guess.
What's up? What's happening?
Welcome back. It's an all-new episode of DMT. Don't miss this podcast with me, Sam Butler. And, of course, my dude, my man, my bro-heem, Mr. Jack Dean Anderson. How you doing, Jack?
Hey, I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing all right.
Yeah?
Yeah. Guess what?
What?
They're starting to take down all the signs that say masks required in this establishment.
I just went to a liquor store and I was walking in as the guy was walking out, and he goes, "Hey, you don't need to wear your mask if you don't want to." And I was like, "Oh shit!" Trees, you don't got to wear a mask there.
Nice.
Yep. What else? Oh, I figured that like bars would be the first ones. Just be like, "All right, we're done with masks."
Yeah, right.
Thank God.
They're probably the ones that are the most vulnerable to problems from masks, though, with all the spit swapping and the clip clopping. You know what I mean? All that nonsense.
Oh no.
Yeah, I was at Starbucks getting the drink, and there were, what was it? So I went in and I didn't see the sign, so I was like, oh, okay. I went in with the mask just in case, right? Go in, everybody's maskless except the employees, and I'm like, oh great, take off the mask. As you know, I had a bit of a snafu with the barista, but we got everything taken care of.
Yeah. My black coffee.
Yeah. Not my fault. I clarified
Starbs.
3 times.
Starbs, you're awesome. You
That-
know, it's not like I don't ever like having anything in my coffee.
Of course.
I fucking, just like we were talking about before, I went straight from hating coffee in its entirety to just black coffee.
The irony was that the thing that caused so much miscommunication was her mask. I couldn't understand what she was saying behind the mask. Basically, I was like, holy shit. Is there like, when you wear these, there's like an earpiece, and then when you take it off, it's like a muffle? I don't understand.
Half and half rises.
That's what I thought we were doing. And then I proceed to get out of line, and then the next 5-10 people that come into the store all decide to wear the masks and look like at me like I'm some kind of asshole.
Well, Jack, I mean, obviously peer pressure.
I coughed on all of them on my way out.
You're just like, sup?
I just went, you know.
You know that's assault,
Yeah,
right?
a little bit. It is what it is.
You just assaulted people, Jack.
I may be out of a lot of money soon, but whatever.
Well, I mean, I issue caution to everyone around this fucking clown.
That's a good piece of advice, dude.
You're walking on the wild side there, bud.
Mm-hmm. Always.
Welcome to the dance floor, boys.
Nice.
Every time. Everton.
Great timing. Oh my God. We're getting good at this. We're getting good
It's
at this
getting
soundboard
better.
thing. Yeah.
It's getting better. Day by day, week by week.
Yeah.
It's getting better.
Bit by bit. How you doing, bud?
Oh, I'm doing.
Yeah.
Dude, I have been off the fucking rails dietarily this week.
Uh-oh.
I have been stress eating like a monster.
That's not good, dude.
No, dude. Like,
What are you chowing down?
I can feel the fat.
Yeah.
Dude, I had Wendy's for breakfast and lunch one day. And then I had it for breakfast this morning.
Nice.
So two Wendy's breakfasts in a week.
Is their breakfast good? I haven't had it.
Okay, so I've had it. The first time I tried it, I got the breakfast Baconator, which conceptually really good.
Mm-hmm.
But they have this like Swiss cheese sauce.
Oh, I remember the cheese.
Yeah, and it was the gnarliest fucking thing. It immediately turned from
That's a DMT
awesome to just
classic.
awful.
Is the Wendy's morning Baconator Swiss cheese melted?
Yeah.
Snafu.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did not work.
Nice.
And then I saw an ad for it somewhere, and they have these honey butter chicken biscuits, Jack. Unreal.
Those are good. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Real good.
Sure.
Like, frustratingly good. You just keep eating it, and you're just like, God, I could have like 6 of these.
Mm-hmm. And then some.
Yeah.
And then some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Another
I've
one.
never tried Chick-fil-A breakfast, but this was probably really giving it a run for its money.
Yeah.
I've never tried the chicken biscuits at McDonald's either, but also this one's got honey and butter on it.
Yeah, that's a tough combo
It's
to beat
fucking
there.
delicious,
Yeah.
dude.
That's a good combo with chicken, honey. You know, people don't think of it, but it really is. Honey's good with anything. It really
Yeah.
it adds to any sort of food in any shape or form. People there's taboos of it, you know. They what put honey on your steak? Fuck yeah, I'll put honey on my steak. Never done it, but I'm gonna do it now. 100%.
I mean, you can use honey for anything, Jack.
You can.
I'm gonna put honey in my pubes, dude.
Yeah. People are always like, oh, I put ketchup on everything. I'm like, fuck you, I put honey on everything.
Yeah?
I get it sweet and sticky.
No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt. You know, that bee vomit, bro. It's all about that BV, man.
I mean, I love it. It's
I do too.
we can learn about structures through spiders' butt ropes. We can learn about taste through bees' vomit. Insects are the key to human evolution.
No doubt. You know what? One of my favorite little stone treats is?
What's that?
It's you go and you get a spoon, all right, Jack? That is the primary weapon. And then you get a jar of peanut butter and honey. And you scoop out a little bit of peanut butter, squirt the honey on it. Dude,
something,
it is amazing.
It's pretty healthy for you too. You know, it's a little sugar in the honey, sure.
But it's natural sugar.
Natural sugar, you know, get over it
It's
and don't
not-
eat
it's
junk
not
for the rest of the
sucrose,
day. Yeah.
you know.
That's the thing. Like people are like, don't eat honey, it's too much sugar. I'm like, you know, if you're not eating, you know, a bunch of other stuff during the day, it's not that big a deal. Put that
Yeah.
shit in your tea. Put it on your peanut butter. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, as long as it's not processed sugar, which let me tell you about the processed sugar shit that I had this week. I have real bad acid reflux with sugar. And dude, I guess this was just, this was all stress eating. I guess it's stress is like depression, where you don't have to be totally miserable and down to have it.
Right.
And you just don't notice it. You catch it sneaks up on you and whacks you over the head with 8,000 calories in 4 days. You know,
I've done that. Sure.
Well,
yeah.
I guess when you divide that, I mean like 8,000 calories in a few days, not even 4.
Yeah.
But dude, I had so much candy. Like candy I didn't even like, you know. Like
That's how you know you're on a bad track.
Yeah. It was these Airheads, nice.
Winston!
Something's up today.
I don't know what's up, dude.
My goodness. Anyway,
But yikes.
it double hit me. It was like I
You
smelled.
gotta
Winston!
double Winston.
I don't want to like go in and out of the territory again, you know, and I think that's what happened. I think I went in and out of the range. That's why I got hit twice.
I ain't no fucking bitch, Chef. I don't give a fuck.
Now I'm a bitch when it comes to this. Anyway, processed sugar, bad candies.
So I had Reese's Sticks, which, dude, I love the Reese's Sticks. All right, it's like a Kit Kat with Reese's peanut butter. What could you get better than that?
I didn't even know this existed.
Yeah, you know those nutty buddies that they had, those little Debbie things that are just like chocolate with wafer and peanut butter.
Oh, yeah.
It's like that, but with Reese's, dude.
Okay.
And they're fucking awesome. I bought 2 of those in a row, like
Okay.
in 2 days. And with that, I got king size white chocolate Reese's cups. I had king size cookies and cream Hershey's bar. I got these like Airhead like chewy things. And those were just terrible. They weren't even good, and I still ate them. One though that I will say, these things are called Nerds Clusters, Jack, and they're just like little bites of like Nerds rope with nerds around it, dude. Fucking unreal.
That's cool. I was
Check
gonna
them
say,
out. The
yep.
Nerds Clusters, bud.
Okay.
They're pretty unreal.
So something good came out of this.
I mean, yeah. And then, man, what else did I have? God, I'm just trying to go through the days. Oh, I had that Dave's Hot Chicken that just opened up across the street from Insomnia, and really salty.
Yeah.
Really fried and really salty. And I was just like, man, they salted the shit out of this. You know, like, Jesus Christ.
What do you think the chefs are doing back there with that chicken? What do you think they're doing? Just entire things of Morton salt just into the...
Yeah. It's not even kosher salt.
No,
dude.
no, of course
It's straight iodized salt, the worst kind for you.
Way too cheap.
Not even
Or
sea
way too
salt.
expensive. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't want to Jew up their their chicken.
No, you're clashing cultures there. You know what I mean? Now you can't have that. You can't have that.
It is really good chicken though.
Yeah,
Yeah. But
I do love me some good fried chicken. Chicken's one that is always pretty good if it's breaded and fried.
it's pretty much just tenders at this place. They
Yeah.
put tenders in a bun and they call it a slider. So it's not like you're getting any bone in anything there.
Yeah.
Oh well, I'm not mad about it.
No, I'm not
I love me some tendies.
Listen, man, yeah, I'm not a bone-in guy. I don't get people that go out of their way to order bone-in stuff. I'm like, just get chicken nuggets. I mean, that it's so easy. You can eat it with a fork. You make no mess. You get more meat because then you don't leave any meat on the bone. You know what I'm saying? You eat that chicken. You eat it up. It's all good.
See, Jack, you're
move
just
forward with
talking
your
like
day.
a coward.
I'm not a coward. I'm efficient. Okay?
No, you like boneless wings, and
do.
that's a coward's food.
That's like, it's
It's nuggets, bro.
It's
It's
like-
not boneless wings. It's nuggets.
it's nuggets.
It's from titty meat, all right?
It's like the bastard child of nuggets and wings. You know what I mean?
No,
It's like I'm eating the Jon Snow of chicken.
it's just chicken breast, homie.
Yeah, you know, but
They
it's
just cut it into littler. It's not quite a strip, and it's not quite a nugget.
That's true. That's
So I
true.
guess it's a wing. They're just like, fuck it. It's a
Yeah.
boneless wing.
I always get them. And
You're a coward.
I
don't dine with cowards.
You've seen me eat wings. It's a disaster. It's a
but
nightmare.
it's a sport, man.
Man, it's a game I got to retire from. You know what I'm saying? I don't like getting an orange beard. You know, I'm not a spice guy.
Jack,
if I
see?
have residual spice through my day, dude, I'm tapping out.
Absolute coward.
I mean, it's aggressive. This coward word.
You're yellow. You're yellow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm yellow,
You're yellow.
like DJ Yellow.
No, like yellow. You yellow-bellied coward.
I
You
see.
yellow-bellied
I
coward.
was like, is DJ Yellow like a big coward or something? Is that like a notorious fact about NWA? Because in the movie, he's portrayed as a really like kind of a jokester.
It doesn't
you know?
even like do anything in the
No.
movie. Him and Ren got so sidelined
Yeah.
so hard.
So hard, so aggressively.
Yeah.
Dre and Cube, because again, you know, Ren is Easy's guy and Yellow was with Dre, but like Dre and Cube produced the movie and they were like, listen, no. Back up. You're backing up the first team, just like in the song, boys.
Yeah.
We like you. We need you for the aesthetic, but this is about us three.
I mean, McRen is what carried the entire second album.
That's what I'm saying, dude. McRen is now, that being said, there was one line in the movie that, Jerry goes, Ren is a just as good of a lyricist as Cube, if not better. And I've gone on record on this podcast saying I think that Ren is one of the most underrated lyricists of all time. That being said, not even close to Cube. I listen to Ren's raps. I know a lot of Ren's raps because they're pretty easy to memorize. You know what I mean? They're mostly like, yeah, I do rap, I kick ass, and I'm the villain, you know? Ice Cube is like, I'm going to take on the issues of today, and I'm going to make you feel my life, you know? And I'm going to make you jam out to it. And it's like, he does it every single time. It's crazy.
Arrest the president.
Arrest the president, but I'm going to vote for him.
No, it's so
The
funny.
new white was orange.
Yeah. That fucking whole album, every single song is a political commentary or
Everything's corrupt.
Yep.
Everything's fucked up.
dope man, whatever the fuck was that called? It was like bad drugs, I think. Yeah, bad drugs, all about opiate crisis. He's got
Speaking of,
he's
man.
got another anti-cop song.
I watched a lot of stuff about the opioid crisis this week.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, there's a great documentary on HBO. I recommend people check it out. It just came out called The Crime of the Century.
Oh
Big-
yeah, I was seeing a trailer for that.
Yeah, big Purdue Pharma type of deal, but mostly it's a two-parter, 2-hour episodes apiece. So it's an endeavor, and it's really, really well done. It's the Washington Post and HBO basically going in, showing what Purdue Pharma did to really make this into a crisis, and then the aftermath of what that crisis has become. And yeah, this is Purdue Pharma's fault.
Oh, 100%.
Because here's one example that blew my mind. This guy who was a heroin addict, they went and they interviewed him, right? And like super high tolerance to heroin. This like abnormally high tolerance to heroin, and going through extreme back pain. Off the heroin at this point, going through extreme back pain at a clinic, getting through it. Nothing's helping. Now, I forget what the original. I think it's like Monty Cotton or something like that. I might be totally wrong about that, but it's the Otten. It's the predecessor to OxyContin, right? And the big deal, if I'm again remembering because there's a lot of information in this documentary, but if I'm remembering the order of events correctly, that drug was about to become like public. It reached that time that it was like, all right, you can't just keep making this anymore. Other companies need a chance. So then they came up with Oxycontin, which is way more strong. And also part of the whole thing with Oxycontin, with it being so strong, was they made it into a very specific type of pill that would release slowly through your bloodstream, right? Now here's maybe the first of many, many, many fucked up things. And really what I think it comes down, why this was allowed to happen, was one guy from the FDA signed off on this statement, which was that basically this new type of pill, the way it distributes and like allows the drug to release slowly through the bloodstream, makes it non-addictive. And that is on the pill bottle. That is how it was sold to doctors on a route. So you can't really blame the doctors. I mean, in a lot of cases you kind of can, but in most cases you can't blame the doctors. You got to blame and you can't even really blame the salesman. I mean, again, you totally can, but like it all stems from one guy at the FDA being like, I'll make a couple bucks. Well, nobody's going to check this. And they didn't for a long, long time. Anyway, all this is going on. They start making Oxycontin. Oxycontin comes in like, 40, 60, 80, right? Like, and like the 80s kill people. Like that happens a lot. Yeah. And that's the thing. They said that this isn't addictive because it slowly distributes through your bloodstream, but it's like, that's not the case if someone crushes it and snorts it. That's not the case if someone shoots it up. You don't even need to do something like that. You can just take a bunch of pills because guess what? No matter what the drug is, your tolerance is going to go up. Yeah. But your body's ability to withstand that level of drugs will never change, right? How could anybody know that? Because we're being lied to, right? We're being directly lied to. So this guy, this heroin guy, super back pain, Purdue, basically finds him through this clinic that they're working with, and they say, hey, we're working on this new Oxycontin pill that's like 160. Yeah, so like the big...
Jesus.
Yeah, it's literally 2 times bigger than the biggest one they've made.
That is like elephant tranquilizer.
It looks like a horse pill. I mean, it looks like... This dude had such a high tolerance. Eventually, it got to the point where he was prescribed by his doctor to take 22 to 25 of these every 12 hours.
Of the 120?
Of the 160, yeah. And he had to
take
50 of those a day. And again, said that the back pain didn't go away, anything like that. Obviously, he survived. He's in the documentary. But like, what ended up happening after that, was Purdue was like, you can give up to 22 to 25, 2 times a day recommendation. Like it's fine, it's safe. But you're saying that because of one extreme outlier heroin addict, and now you're marketing that to the country. You know what I mean? All of that goes on, and then fentanyl comes into the game, and then all these different things start happening. All these different, overdose issues, black market issues, all this different stuff just starts compounding, and the whole time Purdue. It's chilling because they got the FDA to sign off on it back in the day. They're a big business with a lot of people, right next to them the whole time. Something I will say to the documentary's credit, going back, it's made by Washington Post and it's distributed through HBO. It's really cool that 2 really big organizations like that are courageous enough to make something like this. Yeah, because this, Purdue Pharma, they're in bankruptcy. And then I guess like something happens during COVID when like then the opioid crisis got even bigger because now everybody's inside and now we're all depressed and all this different stuff is compounding and you turn to these drugs and these drugs just keep getting more advanced, right? But they're not getting more advanced to be safer. They're getting more advanced to be more, spending friendly, right? We'll say. And then because, so many instances of people in the companies, or like this one guy who ran a pain relief facility, just like, I'd say remorseless. Like they're more like, no, like and to their credit, I think they really did think they were fighting pain. I really think they thought they were doing something good, but their inability to see the consequences of their actions. Like one guy, another one, and this one's really sad, so I won't make this one go too long, but like basically lady has surgery or something like that, needs to go on pills, goes to this place, Lifetree. Guy says, here's a bunch of stuff to take, gives it to her. She becomes an addict. She's falling asleep in all these weird places. Husband's like, you're ruining your life. This is terrible. Get off these things. She eventually does, goes through life really well and is really happy taking only Tylenol. She's doing fine. That Lifetree guy comes back. And now this guy from Lifetree is in the documentary. Like, he is being interviewed in 2020, 2021, talking about this instance, right? So we're hearing his side and the family side. Neither sound overly different. It's the attitudes by which they're saying it. So, long story short, she's taking Tylenol. Guy from Lifetree says, no fucking way. You're my patient. You do what I say. Get back on these. And then they list, and she's on like 6 different opioids of like a lot per day, right? Like a lot. They read it to one doctor. They read off the list of what she was taking. The guy's like, I mean, I would venture to say that I would give this to someone if I was trying to kill them. You know what I mean? Like, it's that much.
Jesus.
Long story
fucking
short,
Christ.
she gets back on it. Overdose is super sad. All this. The guy is being interviewed, and he's just basically this was his defense. He was like, a lot of my patients were suicide risks because of how much pain they were in. They were in so much pain that if they weren't on the opioids, who knows what could have happened? And I'm like, yeah, but they still died. He's like, I want to say 10, but like 100 sounds right to me. He's like, yeah, I've had that many people die, but that's not all opioids. Some of them got sick, some of them this, some of them that. But like a lot of them were
That is a
overdoses.
wild number.
Yeah.
So for somebody who's
Even if 10 people died overdosed from your clinic, that's too many. That's way too many. And this dude, like, he doesn't say sorry. He's just like, I'm upset. I was on a really great career path. I really was. And I lost that because
I was going to say, he better be fucking revoked, bro.
Yeah.
His license.
Yeah. I don't know if his license is revoked, but he was like on big like press tours and all this different stuff, like talking about opioids and how they're going to save people and blah, blah, blah. And he's lost all that, obviously. But again, he seems more like he's doing this documentary not to be like, I need to atone for a massive mistake. He's like, I'm still relevant. That's the vibe I'm getting from this guy.
Wow.
It's a great documentary. It's really, really, really informative. I thought it was
I'll
really
check
good.
I'll check it out.
It's intense, but it's a quick watch. I'll be honest. 4 hours, but it flies by.
Well, yeah, because you're going to be just sitting there with your mouth ajar.
Yeah. Well, I've been sitting. I'm
Agape.
like, why am I watching all these super intense, like, world-shattering documentaries?
Well,
And I'm
I
like,
watched the Going Clear again.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And,
You need to know about these things. You need to know that these exist in the world, because even if it's not Scientology specifically, they do the same thing as like Ponzi scheme, as multi-level marketing stuff, which I've been a part of multi-level marketing things. They don't care about you. They want to make money, and they want to get you in so that they don't have to worry about making as much money.
Yeah.
People take advantage of other people, and stories like this, documentaries like this, experiences like this, while painful and sad and like overwhelming, you need to know them because they're real factors in our world. Yeah. So tell me about Going Clear. I want to hear all about your Scientology binge.
Dude, I was on one for real. So it started because I was listening to How Did This Get Made, and the episode with Leah Remini and Mark Rinder came up.
Oh, yeah. Mike Rinder.
Yeah, Mike Rinder came up. And I listened to like half of that, and then I'm like, all right, I'm just going to watch the series.
Mm-hmm.
And I started it, except Netflix, for some reason, got me started with season 3, episode 1.
You and me both, dude.
And that woman, Veronica, who had to escape from Gold Base in the actor's trunk.
Turns out if you know what has happened, it's way more impactful to understand her story.
Oh, yeah, but at least I had seen Going Clear.
Sure.
But that was when it came out.
Right.
Like, so that was like 5-6 years ago.
Base level understanding.
Yeah, and so what I kind of remember taking away from it was just like, oh, fuck that, it's a scam. And then also that how wildly parallel it is to Jehovah's Witness and how that organization operates. It's basically the same idea. It's just they have Jesus and scripture attached to it.
Right.
But they still make up their shit to control people and be like, hey, don't pursue higher learning. Don't, pursue higher paying jobs, but also give us all your money.
Give us your jobs.
And devote all your time to studying Bible studies and doing all this shit.
Mm-hmm.
And Scientology is, on the same kind of level. And how the fuck hasn't Tom Cruise been canceled yet at all, going into this? Like, how?
He just must be too big to fail. You know what I mean? Like, too many people. Well, maybe it's that not enough people
I'll call him an
understand.
SP to his face, dude. I'll fucking fight Tom Cruise, call him an SP.
He behaves.
He would
exactly
lose
like
it.
that.
And it totally reframed that flip out that we heard when he lost it on the set of Mission Impossible 7. Yeah, that was wild because I was like, oh, this is probably actual Tom Cruise we're seeing. It's not even some dude who's actually concerned about the pandemic or anything. He's just a fucking child, dude, a big baby.
Yep.
You know, and so I watched that episode of season 3, and I was like, why do Leah and Mike like talk as if they've
I was
been
looking
doing
for that
this?
Tom Cruise. When you see someone on the side of the road, we stop because we're Scientologists.
We're Scientologists. So I can
we just
save
do
this
it.
person. I can do that. I have the power to do that.
It's such a fucking lie.
It's ridiculous.
It's so stupid.
It's so stupid.
Yeah.
But I was like, why are they talking like they've been doing this show for a while, you know? And so that's how I found out that I was on season 3. Because then after that, I was like, okay, but this is also called Leah Remini, Scientology in the Aftermath. I want to know her story.
Right.
And then I had to find out, I'm on season 3.
Yeah, you watch episode 1, all questions are answered.
Yeah. And as I got through episode 1, I was like, all right, I got to listen to her book.
Yeah.
So I ripped through that thing over 2 days at work. And dude, wow. The full scope of the story is incredible.
She did a episode of Rogan a couple years ago talking about this. It's one of Rogan's biggest episodes. One thing about it, this is kind of a tangent, but it's just funny to listen because she is you could tell it's not like a TV show. It's like a 3-hour non-edited podcast. So she, I love Leah Remini. I think she's one of the best human beings on this planet.
I do too, buddy.
And she she just gets giggly and funny, and it gets so intense. And then she does the New York girl, throw a joke, change the subject, and then gets right back into it. Is even more worked up. But Joe knows her because he knows Kevin James, and he goes King of Queens all the time. So it's funny to listen to their dynamic because now she's this big advocate for anti-Scientology. He's got the podcast, all that, but they're talking about their experiences back from when they were on sitcoms and they're just actors, funny actors. And he's like, yeah, I mean, I knew you as the Scientology lady. You know what I mean? You're the Scientology. You were really nice and cool, but you loved it. She's like, I did, and I was wrong. You know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, I gotta find this because.
I mean, she's one of the unfortunate cases where she didn't have a choice. She was a kid. You
know?
Those are the ones where you can't, I don't know if you can blame the person really at all if they were raised with the religion. You know what I mean? If you're raised with the religion and you believe it and you always believe it,
right.
I think you're always trying to do quote unquote the right thing, but is it the right thing?
No, I gotta play a part of her
leave
book.
the church once they have joined. Nor can they communicate or talk about church dealings or workings with outsiders. If members disobey or run afoul of the church rules, teachings, or question authority, they are separated from their friends and family and made to do menial hard labor. In essence, the members are brainwashed and begin to
Julia
believe that
Louis-Dreyfus and Leah Remini to be my moms.
Yeah, I love Leah Remini because this part. Shit, I'm trying to remember where it was at. It was towards the end, but it's when she's really starting to ask questions about Shelley Miscavige, and she files the missing persons report, and they keep coming at her, and she just fires off into this fucking rant so hard at these guys that I stopped, cried, and then just laughed because it was so incredible that I was just like, I fucking love this woman. She's the best. She lit them up so hard. And I mean, I wish I'd prepared that because I forgot to. Because when I heard it, I was just like, I gotta play this on the podcast. It's the best.
Yeah.
And she, she's the best. And she was really digging into Tom Cruise. She's like, why the fuck are Nicole Kidman and Katie Holmes, who are labeled SPs, why is he allowed to talk to them and still, share family with them? And all these other people's families are getting destroyed. Why the fuck is that happening? And the guy calls, you're a fucking bitch. And her husband jumped up, locked the door so the dude couldn't escape. And then he's just about to beat his ass. He's like, you don't come into my fucking house and call my wife a fucking bitch. Now apologize. And the guy apologized and scuttled out the room. And I was just like, yeah, fuck all of these
That's
people.
the thing. So, for again, people that don't know anything about Scientology, we're talking about a religion that exists in this country that is it's a disaster. It's a mess.
It's not even a religion.
Yeah, it's not even a religion. It's a cult.
Glorified cult scheme. And the thing that pisses me off is like with that and, Jehovah's Witness too, because they force all this money towards the top, but they have a governing body. These guys have just David Miscavige, who is totally lost his fucking mind.
Yeah. I don't know if he ever had it. I don't know if that dude was ever sane. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm Dave Miscavige.
I'm just like, I don't get. So, again, for people that don't know, this David Miscavige, who basically runs the religion now, took over for L. Ron Hubbard. This dude abuses everybody. This dude hits and beats and locks up and swears at and degrades all the people that were closest to him.
Yeah.
It's like notorious. Did that spill?
It fell.
Oh, okay.
But it was empty, so.
Oh, nice. He's got problems. And this dude's a little tiny bitch. Okay, if I went into this room,
dude, him and Tom Cruise look like they could be brothers.
I swear to God, like I would go into a room knowing about David Miscavige. I just go kick his ass. I don't think he could beat me. I have no fighting skill whatsoever. I don't think he does either.
He doesn't look like he can throw a punch. That is the wildest part. Is all these stories of the of this abuse and stuff. I'm like, can you imagine like him throwing a punch at you, dude? Like, and that's because he's got these people so brainwashed that it doesn't even matter his stature, dude.
Yeah. Well, and that's a lot of the times the people the if you want to call them survivors or people that have escaped the cult, they all are like, yeah, when he beat me up, like I didn't do anything about it because like he's kind of like the Jesus of the religion,
basically.
Yeah. Like L. Ron Hubbard is God, and he's the Pope. He's got that.
That's what one guy said in the Going Clear. He's like, it's just like the Pope is.
That's a much better analogy.
Hitting you in the face, and it's like, what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do about it? Yeah, and
you start to think that maybe I did do something to deserve this.
Right. And we were talking about this yesterday on the phone. He didn't even get. It wasn't passed down to him. He took this position.
He totally usurped it after L. Ron Hubbard died.
This thing, like L. Ron Hubbard, for as much of a fuck as that guy was,
dude.
Which I hear some of his writing is, published more fiction than anybody else. I've heard some of it is
atrocious,
unreadable. I mean, like elementary level,
unreadable dreck.
Like again, you know me. I like to write a lot. I like to get stuff on paper. Just because you like to do that doesn't mean you have to put all that out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So in Going Clear, they explained like how he started, and he started doing that because back in the day for pulp science fiction, they paid a penny by the word. So he had to just dump words on words on words on words on words on words onto the page to make money off of that. Yeah. So it didn't matter if it was readable. It was just it was finished and published, and that's it. He made money off of it.
That's ridiculous.
I gotta tell you, bud. So I do have this like real hang up with people with mouths. Like I if it's a bad mouth, I
people with mouths, man.
No, if it's a bad mouth, dude.
Yeah.
I can't stop looking at it. So, like,
are you telling me I got a bad mouth, man?
No, you got a great mouth, Jack. So I'm not distracted at all whenever I'm talking to you. At all. You've got a great mouth.
Thank you.
You got a nice wet mouth. But like, so there's this guy I met recently, and dude, he sounds identical to John C. Reilly. It is uncanny how similar this guy sounds to John C. Reilly.
Interesting.
But he's got like fucked up teeth, and then he upper decks chew.
Oh boy.
And it's the gnarliest fucking thing. And so he's talking to me about his son and playing football and all this shit, and I just can't stop looking at his mouth. Now, L. Ron Hubbard has at least bottom 5 mouth I've seen in the past year and a half.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And he always talks like this. His lips are always just
Scientology.
Always open, and he's like, in Scientology,
about the principles of Scientology
and Dianetics, I think to reprogram man and make man.
I love one of my favorite things is that he was like, all right, I thought of Scientology. I got Dianetics. Like, this is the key. I'm going to send this book to the the Health Organization of America,
Yeah, he
and the
tried
Mental
to-
Health Organization,
yeah.
Psychiatric, what is it called?
Psychiatric Board of America.
Board of America and the Health Board of America, right?
I
or
think
whatever.
so. Something like that.
They both rejected it and said, this is nonsense.
This is complete gobbledygook.
And then right after that, he writes into the bylaws of Scientology that psychiatrists are evil and trying to destroy the world.
he thought that before he did that.
But
he wrote it into the rules. Like
thing,
you can't go see a psychiatrist, you can't go to his therapist.
After
they are the
told
enemy.
him he was a fucking idiot.
In fact, cops are enemies too. So if you can't go report anything, otherwise you're fraternizing with SPs.
Have you watched any of the Clearwater stuff?
No, what's that?
That's like the hub.
With Flag,
with
flagship,
Flag in Florida, just so many different stories, and like, I don't know, like this one girl dies because she is mistreated because of the rules in Scientology. She like is suicidal because of being in Scientology, and then the rule is if you display these things, you're supposed to be locked up in a room, and somebody's supposed to watch you until you're done with this, until you're over whatever you're with. And she died of dehydration and just maltreatment and all this different stuff. Like, just ignored. They locked her in a hotel room and she died, you know? And because they didn't take care of her.
The
they didn't bring
number
her
of
anything.
stories like that. So Leah Remini's book, the big like crux of her entire like
the crazy
journey.
thing with Clearwater, really quick to finish that, is that after there's an outcry by the community, the Scientologists protested the people that were protesting Scientology.
Yep. They immediately put up websites about how bad these people are and how bullshit everything is. They go and just immediately start attacking.
The family didn't do anything until the daughter died, and then Scientology attacked.
Like, it's kind of genius that they have all this money and then just buy the best lawyers
and
to
PIs
just viciously, in the eyes of the law, totally eviscerate people legally.
Yeah.
You know, like that is kind of genius because you can't be touched if it's all like above board and to the T of the law. Totally fine. Otherwise, you just nothing's gonna come of it, man.
Nothing, yeah.
You know, and dude, I if there's any platform that I want for this show, it's anti-Scientology.
I'm down.
Fuck Tom Cruise. Fuck Dave Miscavige, and revoke their IRS tax-free shit.
Yeah.
Because fuck that. They own all these goddamn buildings that are empty, and we have to cover that cost as taxpayers. I'm not fucking down with that, man.
And if you disagree, go live on Gold Base and see what happens.
Yeah, go spend a day in the hole.
Yeah.
God.
And if you don't know what we're talking about, go do it. See what happens. Go watch the documentaries. Inform
Go
yourself.
spend $250,000, get to OT7.
Yeah. Well, and that's my thing. Their thing is always, this is an attack. Like when Anonymous went after them, when Leah Remini goes after them, when anybody goes after them, they're like, this is an egregious attack on a religion. This is cruel. This is close-minded. This is that. You know, we have to defend ourselves. None of these people do anything until Scientology does something to them. You know what I mean? Every time. Yeah. Every time. And like it's in documents. It's proven. It's in these people. And the only people that don't say anything about it are Scientology. They're the only ones that don't address the situation directly. They just go, Leah Remini is full of lies and was mad that we didn't promote her when she wanted to.
Yeah, she begged to stay in the organization, but was ultimately expelled.
Yeah.
You know,
I just can't believe that.
Saying like refuse. Mike Rinder like cost them millions of dollars and he was totally ashamed and embarrassed and all this stuff. Yeah. And it's like, dude, and he's in Going Clear. And it's talking about him and
seeing all these journalists.
Marty Rathburn, I think the guy's name.
Sure, yeah. The guy that did the thing? Did Going Clear? Yeah,
no, so it's he was so Mike was the spokesperson, then he was the other kind of number two guy.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, Marty Rathburn, I think was his name.
Sounds right.
But those two are like a couple of the main guys. There's a couple more people, but they're like the main focus of the whole thing. And there's this part where it has their wives, because they disconnected, so their wives disconnected from them and they divorced them and all this stuff. Right. And their wives and
it's on the Anderson Cooper thing.
Yeah, right? Anderson Cooper thing. They go on and completely eviscerate both of them, and two other guys' ex-wives do the same. And it's like, wow, bro, they are perfectly trained like dogs.
And then when Anderson Cooper has a question about Scientology,
she goes
shift.
harsh.
Yeah.
You're like, I think you're being a little insulting.
Yeah, I think you're being a little insulting. Okay, what we're here for is the actions of Mike Rinder and blah, blah, blah. It's just like...
You're just like, whoa, dude.
Oh, I have so many feelings about cult members where, like, of course, mostly empathetic, mostly, I get it. Life's hard. And I've been fooled into many a thing. I may still be fooled by things and I don't even know it right now. But like, to the extent that you're willing, but like, belief is such a tricky thing. Like, if you believe something, you'll do anything. You'll do anything to make that
that's
happen.
the wilder part to me.
Yeah. And so it's I get, fuck David Miscavige. That's what it always comes back to. Like, this dude feels like the
he
fucking
should be rotting
root.
in a hole beneath the prison.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Jesus Christ.
Because he's dead. I mean, like, this is so. And
oh, that was the thing I was going to talk about. Was at Tom Cruise's wedding. It's really the big crux of Leah Remini's whole story, because they asked her to invite J-Lo and Mark Anthony. I think that's his name, right? Anthony? No, Mark Anthony, because Mark Anthony was the ancient
Roman
guy.
Yeah.
The ancient guy. Yeah. But
get that H out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so she was like asked by Tom and Katie to invite those two, and it was basically like as to get them in so they could try and sell Scientology.
Right.
And then the whole rest of the wedding, these Scientologists are trying to corral her, and then Jennifer Lopez is like, "No, fuck that. This is my friends. I don't know anybody here.
Yeah.
She's gonna be with me." And so she got in a lot of trouble for that. But what ended up happening was like, at the wedding, she wanted to switch seats, sit by J-Lo, and then she was going to the bathroom, and in the bathroom there's Tom Cruise's sister with Shuri, their daughter, and like and one other woman, another Scientologist woman, and they just have the baby on the ground on her back, just crying and screaming, and they're talking to her like, and she says, like it was L. Ron Hubbard, they're like, "Hey, Shuri, you got to stop. You got to stop crying, Shuri."
That's another thing that people that don't know much about Scientology should know. A child of any age is just viewed as basically a reincarnated person. So there is no difference between a child and an adult in Scientology.
And so you have to grow up immediately.
And you what you do more often than not, if you're super dedicated, is like when your kid is, I mean, really anywhere between 9 and 12, you ship them to this place called the Sea Org, the Sea Organization, which is on a ship, and they basically grow up on a Scientology like indoctrination ship. Not basically, that's exactly what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's where Leah and her sister got started because her mom and stepdad got involved. It was also really funny, her describing her dad, because it was before I realized that it was like they split and her dad was totally separate. So I thought it would be kind of funny because the way she describes him is just like a typical Brooklyn mook.
Right.
He's like, "Fuck is wrong with you? You joined the cult, stupid?
What are you talking about?
What the fuck are you talking about? You fucking joined the cult, stupid? What are you doing?" And so I thought it'd be kind of funny. It's like, "Hey, Leah, you gotta do your fucking OTs today. You gotta get clear, babe. You gotta get fucking clear, okay?" Just like some Brooklyn mook talking about all the Scientology shit.
Yeah.
Did you listen to LRH today?
Did you listen to LRH?
Did you listen to fucking LRH today? What did LRH say? Huh?
Did you get your coffee with David? Okay, David Miscavige. Did you get your coffee?
Yeah. Did you fucking go get your e-meters? Did you get audited today?
Did you go hold the cans?
You hold the cans?
Did you hold the cans?
Did you really go hold the cans?
Yeah. Did you tell all the truth?
What the fuck were you drinking for last night? You know you can't get audited for another 24 hours.
I'll tell you something, man.
You mook?
They talk about how, like, Leah Remini will talk all the time about how basically her life was go shoot, go to the center and just study till the end of the night, and then go home, sleep, and do it again. That was her life, right? I hear this a lot with like extreme Judaism, right? Go read the Torah. So that's all you do is read the Torah. That I understand a little bit more, because that is choosing to go dedicate yourself to the religion, which Scientology is to an extent. But a lot of Scientologists are also, everyday people as well. Like a lot of people that go and study hardcore Judaism go and kind of stay in that community.
Yeah.
They go, that's what they do. That's what they're focused on.
Yeah, and they're taken care of.
All Scientologists have to do this. They have to go do that. They have to go study. That's at least how Leah makes it sound. How do you have a life? How do you become a person?
That's the point. That's the point, is so you don't have a fucking life.
And you just, I mean, like, it's crazy.
Your entire life is to give yourself up to them for free labor.
So the
and
only social
exploitation.
functions you ever have are in the name of Scientology.
Yeah.
The only, oh, wow. I mean.
Yeah, that was the thing, was that all these people, because they're also told to stay away from anything critical of Scientology. And so they
Luckily, we have a massive Scientology viewership on DMT.
No, we have Mormon.
Yeah. Well, we have Mormons, but we got a secret Scientology one. That's why we're doing this episode, is to save you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And opioid addicts.
And opioid addicts. You know,
we must
go watch the
save the
documentaries.
people. We must save the people. I will save the people.
We'll save them.
Save the planet.
That's right. We need Michael Shannon.
I will find him.
He's amazing.
He is so great.
The Shans.
The Shans.
Mikey Shans.
I loved him in Knives Out.
Yeah, he's great in Knives Out. He's super good in that.
Yeah. But anyway, so the thing with Scientology, more than anything, is because it is that cult where it's everything in or everything out.
Right.
You know? And then they get these celebrities, and the celebrities, Jack, have you seen the list? Of all the celebrities? I didn't know Elizabeth Moss was, and she's in the fucking Handmaid's Tale, bro.
She's pretty,
about like a futuristic like cult, basically.
She's pretty defensive about it too. Yeah, she's into it for big time.
Oh man, and every single fucking celebrity that I saw on that list, it changed my entire opinion and view of them. Because one, they get more privileges than other Scientologists because they're to be pampered so that they boost Scientology and sell the fucking product.
Get celebrities so that insecure people want to come to you. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. But seeing freaking like a good portion of the cast of My Name is Earl were Scientologists. Jason Lee, Ethan Suplee, and I think...
Is Ethan Suplee still?
I think he's quit, yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, because I just listened to him on Tom Talks with Tom Segura.
Oh, nice. He was just on Rogan.
Yeah. And Rogan copied that.
Yeah.
He copied that. You know, Tom got it first. Because that's what I saw. I'm like, well, I'm not going to listen to it because I've already heard it.
Sure.
I've heard the story.
Hey, they talk about alligators for about 10 minutes.
Yeah,
That made me happy.
that's pretty great. Yeah, let me see if I can find this list. Because it baffled me, dude. I was floored.
Yeah, no, it's pretty crazy. They have a big influence. They have a big influence over the celebrities. But like again, you got to look at when did the religion start? When did Hollywood come?
No. It wasn't that. It was that it was Donna and Hyde from that '70s show were Scientologists, which is, you know, like Danny Masterson got fucking locked up for raping people.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise, let's take him down.
Let's take him down. No, that's okay.
Giovanni Ribisi, I had no idea. L. Ron Hubbard, no shit, dude. It says it on the list.
L. Ron
Hubbard.
Elrond,
the elf.
Elrond, aka Hugo Weaving from Lord of the Rings.
Yes, his last name is Hubbard.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, Arwen Hubbard.
Didn't he do Elrond because it kind of sounds like Elrond? Wasn't he a big Lord of the Rings guy? Or am I making that up?
You're making that up. So it was written.
I
in the
hope
30s.
he's not. I hope he's not.
Like yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Then.
I would hate if L. Ron Hubbard.
Michael Pena, that blew my mind.
Yeah, I knew that one. Yeah.
Yeah. Elvis's daughter.
Even, you know, a lot of judgment coming their way right now. We love these actors for their work. Separate work for art from artist.
It just still changes everything to me. Like that is wild.
And like I can't, again, like you said, I can't blame the celebrity Scientologists to an extent because their life is designed to be perfect. They are designed to see all the benefit. Like you'll never see Michael Pena getting his ass kicked by David Miscavige. Yeah, because the people that are more powerful than David Miscavige are the
Simpson,
celebrities.
Nancy Cartwright.
Really?
Yeah.
Here's what Scientology should do.
Juliette Lewis. That's not surprising. Yeah, she's been an oddball for a while.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I was gonna say, here's what you got to do: is get rid of Scientology, maybe not. I don't know. It's not really my place to do that. Get rid of the abuse, big time. Let's advocate for that. You know who can change that? These fucking celebrities. They can see this stuff, but again, they're not allowed to. They're not allowed to see information that's critical of Scientology. They're not allowed to understand this. Which sucks because they're probably the ones that could go to David Miscavige and be like, listen, we're going to be watching you. And if we hear another instance of abuse, we're stopping this. Okay, we're not going to shut down the religion. That's not our goal. We love the religion. We want to keep doing it. You got to stop. They're not doing that because they're not allowed to know what to do. Leah Remini is, but like, now they all hate Leah Remini. They hear that, and like maybe in 20 years we'll have like Elizabeth Moss and Michael Pena and fucking Jason Lee sitting on a couch, and they're all with Leah, and they're like, "We're sorry." You know what I mean? Maybe, but right now, man, how do you get through that? I mean,
I don't know. Dude.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it is. Because I don't want to call them smart for figuring this out.
Lafayette Ronald Hubbard.
Of course, his name is Lafayette.
Yeah.
Lafayette's a cool character in Hamilton. I love Lafayette in Hamilton.
I mean, he was a real person, Jack. He's not a character.
Well, he's in the musical.
I mean, David Diggs played dual roles.
Yeah, I can't believe he got so famous after that.
I know.
Yeah.
Because the first thing and really only thing that I saw him in was that Tour de Pharmacy with Andy Samberg.
Yeah, that's right.
Because he played young Danny Glover. He was young Danny Glover.
I said, I'm not throwing away my shot. I said, I'm not throwing away my... Have you watched Hamilton yet, dude?
Dude, I live and breathe Hamilton. I bleed Hamilton.
Okay. Life doesn't discriminate between the sinners and the saints. It takes and it takes.
Angelica Eliza!
Angelica Eliza! We're doing a terrible service. These are amazing voices. I mean, unbelievable. Did you know the one that plays Eliza? She's
like the only white cast member.
That and
her and Holden playing the king.
Yeah.
Holden from Mindhunter.
He's so great.
Because when I was watching him, I'm like, what the fuck is that guy? And then I saw it on IMDb, and I'm like, no, get the fuck out of here.
Yep, that's him.
Because he's so like reserved
in
Mindhunter, and then you see him just play this flamboyant fucking king, which I liked his song. It was a banger.
He has two of the best. That's what it is. Yeah. But the Eliza, that was like her first big thing out of college or something like that, out of grad school or whatever, was Hamilton. Can you imagine? You're like, all right, I'm going to school. I'm going to try and be in theater. Oh, wow, that's risky. Wow, well, good luck. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I just booked this show called Hamilton. This guy, Lin-Manuel Miranda, wrote it. I don't know.
That was
5 years later.
That was the thing. After Hamilton like popped off, like it was just out of nowhere. Lin-Manuel Miranda's name everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere. And I'm like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah.
And I find out he writes Hamilton. I'm like, well, then who gives a fuck? Until I saw Hamilton, I was so like against it. I'm like, well, who gives a fuck?
Everybody is, man. Everybody is. And then they watch it, and then they're like, oh, fuck, I'm going to go download the album. What was it? Okay, so when Lin-Manuel Miranda
LMM
is LMM is a Lin-Manuel is a phenomenal lyricist and a tremendous rapper. He's really good. He's not a bad singer by any means, but it's funny because he's the main character. Like, this is his show, and all the rest of the cast are leaps and bounds better at singing than he is. And I think it's cool because I think he recognized that, because a lot of the show is about them, and it's just funny to like listen to the album and you hear like Leslie Odom Jr. just ripping bars, man. And this guy's just, his voice is unlike anything I've ever heard. And then you hear Lin-Manuel Miranda, I'm back. I can't do it.
He's got that.
Yeah. I'm here with my son. Like he's definitely more of like a theater singer versus these people are singers. Like they can do it. And he can.
They belt, baby.
If he was with a lesser cast, he might be the best. But
that spinning stage. I mean, I know we've already talked about Hamilton when I watched it, but that spinning stage was used to perfection. That was so cool.
I love, again, I just wish I would have allowed myself to like theater more when I was younger, because there's something about it now when I watch it, I'm like,
it makes me think like, I wonder what it would have been like to do it in high school.
I think,
but it was either do that or play football, and I wasn't gonna be a nerd.
Yeah, well, and I didn't even think to do it. Like I was too afraid to do it or whatever. And even
I lost Mr. Columbine because I didn't do it.
Yeah, that's true. It's a rigged game, but that's why we're.
Hey, I won the crowd. I won the fucking crowd, man.
Here's the big deal: is that we can still act. So it is what it is. At least we think we can.
I ain't no fucking bitch, chef. I don't give a fuck.
That's right, dude.
Yeah,
that's how I feel as a thespian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jack, Think of a complex like role that you would never in a million years think that you could play.
When you say complex, do you want like kind of an archetype still, or
somewhat? Yeah.
What could I struggle to play? Going through the archetypes right now.
Jack, the answer is a black person. Duh.
Yeah, I guess. I didn't think I'd ever be asked to play a role
or
like
a Chinese person.
That's
Just anybody who's foreign.
Any sort of it's probably couldn't do that. Probably get a heck of a lot of trouble if I even tried.
No, because I've been thinking about it a lot lately for myself. Because
here, I think I can do a pretty good JB Smoove impression, but I don't want to because I think people will get very mad at me.
No, it's an impression.
It's motherfucker JB Smoove, man. My motherfucker, go in that place, do the fucking thing, get the fuck out of there. You understand what I'm saying?
As a man of science,
I
think it's witches.
I think it's witches. When you're in Rome, you do as the Romans do, and when you're in Venice, your socks get wet.
You kind of sound a little bit more like Ron Funches.
Yeah, it's been bleeding in a little bit more.
It's a little bit more funchy.
I haven't watched Curb recently, so it's slipping away.
The muscle is a little tight. You got to limber it up. You got to lubricate it. You got to get that smooth lube.
I think JB Smoove, even though he's not, I mean, he's an improviser, but he's more of a stand-up and an actor. I still think he's one of the best improvisers all time. You know, that dude's funny.
I love him on The League.
Yeah.
Playing the dude in the wheelchair who buys the last pair of shoes that Pete hates. And, oh man, he's always great.
He's always great.
He's always great.
You always got to get some JB in your life.
JB Smoove.
Yeah.
Oh, the episode where he thinks that he might be Winston's father in New Girl. That one was pretty great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Watching Curb, I realize now how much I love JB Smoove and Jeff Garlin. Like those two.
Dude.
Those two in particular, I really, really am happy that they exist.
Jeff Garland, I really have fallen in love with him over the course of the Goldbergs.
Yeah.
Because he just plays a great grumpy dad. But then seeing him play Larry's agent and be the rational one of the two is pretty great. And his wife hating Larry is the best.
Susie gets better every season. Yeah. Susie gets a bigger part. It gets, oh my God. Now Ted Danson and him have a real
They
rival.
hate each other so much.
Because, I mean, do you mind if I spoil like forward?
I know how him and Ted hate each other.
Cheryl, he starts dating Cheryl, and then she sleeps with Larry, and then they break up, and then Ted goes back for it. Just a whole back and forth of Ted Danson and Larry David with Larry David's ex-wife. It's just it's great. It's great.
Cheryl. It's like, how did Cheryl not leave Larry sooner? And then she gets back with him.
She gets back with him briefly, and he fucks it up every single time. What was it? I was really happy because one of the episodes I watched, which was a really good one, was directed by Cheryl Hines. Yeah, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, let's go, Cheryl."
Yeah, Cheryl.
Go get you some. I wonder.
Cheryl.
I wonder if it. I bet it's. Especially if you've worked on the show for 10 years, it's probably pretty easy to direct an improvised episode of Curb. Like, I feel like the Larry Charles, the Jeff Schaefers.
That's kind of what I thought about just people in general. Because in a lot of sitcoms, you just start to notice that, the actors are, they'll start getting credited as writers or they'll direct an episode.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's really what got Zach Braff going, was starting with Scrubs and then, after Garden State, but he just started doing a lot more episodes of Scrubs directing. He's like, well, I know how to make this show.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's a brilliant thing. I love it because then, like, the more in-house I think a project is, the more authentic it stays. I think that's how you make a show great. A lot of sitcoms, you notice, like we talked about, don't really hit their peak until season 3. And what they do that I think is really smart is they find the people that work really well for the show and they say, all right, this is the team. This is the cast. This is how we do it.
For sure.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
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 You should title this Drugs, Cults, and Songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's what it is.
Drugs, cults, and rock and roll. Even though we didn't talk about any rock and roll.
Nah.
We talked about musicals.
Yeah.
A musical.
And a little bit of NWA.
That's right. That's true.
And we're going to be talking about more music with our guest, who should be getting here soon.
Yeah.
So do you want to take a break now?
Sure, man.
All right. Let's break.
Following your
We'll be right back. All right. And we are back with special guests. Vic and Ian. Hey guys,
Yo,
brothers at Best Worst Cantina.
Hey,
yeah.
Shout out Best Worst Cantina.
Yeah, hell yeah. Gary set this whole thing up, and here you guys are, here to promote your stuff. Which I started listening to it. You guys together are Loco-Motive.
That's correct.
Yeah,
it's a good name.
Yeah, I listened to a bunch of your singles the other day and fucking dig it, guys. You really like it.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Totally. And so, Ian, you just put out a new EP, right?
I did, yeah, yesterday. Actually.
Gotcha. And it's Screen Doors, right?
Yeah, Screen Door EP, and 5 songs.
Yeah,
we're moving.
Hell yeah, buddy.
For sure.
Fucking
funny enough, because when we were on the Zoom meeting with Gary the other night, he mentioned S Train, and I was like, oh shit, I have a mixtape of yours that Austin gave me. It's
oh no.
Right now, shit is probably play it right now.
No.
Yeah, I can totally pull it up. No, it was Birth of an Idea.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's actually one that I'm fairly proud of.
Yeah, I mean, I still listen to Big Talk and Confused.
Okay, no way.
Yeah.
Wow.
I like those songs.
I never heard those songs before.
Vic's over here like, what's going on?
That was like 20.
It was like 7 or 8 years ago. It was a while ago because I remember he gave it to me and I popped it in. I'm like, I like it.
Yeah.
I fuck with it.
It's funny, the EP I just put out, a lot of people are like, your first EP, I can't believe it. You know, that's so exciting. And I'll be like, it's my first EP in 8 years.
So you hadn't been doing anything for that entire time, or?
So I stopped for a bit. Well, I went to go do like audio engineering school.
Okay.
So I wanted to be the guy that like manipulates this board, but now you just kind of set it and forget it, and so, kind of worked out okay.
Yeah.
But then we started working together at like a sports shop downtown, and like as a real job. Right.
Sure, yeah.
And he was like, "Hey, I'm playing this show. You want to come to this show?" And I was like, all right, I don't know if I've told you this, but I kind of thought it was going to be trash, right?
Oh, yeah, you told me that.
You told me that every day, man.
You told me that before you showed up. You were like, dude, this shit, you better like.
No, I didn't say that. Okay.
Can you imagine if every day, like your recording partner, you're like, man, that first concert, I thought that was going to fucking suck. But it was great, but I thought it was going to suck.
Right. So, yeah.
10 years into it, it's like, dude, that first show, I was still working.
So yeah, it ended up being awesome. You were really rapping and whatnot at the show, and then you saw one of my music videos somehow because somebody heard S Train.
Oh, yeah. Well, it was because we worked at 2 different stores downtown, and then like one day he called that store and he was like talking to the other dude that worked there. His name was Brad.
Shout out Brad.
Shout out Brad.
What's up, Brad?
And Brad was like,
Brad.
yo, what up, S Train? I was like, who the fuck is S Train? He's like, oh, that's Ian. I was like, what does that mean?
You got to say real words to me. Is that just your
just your nickname for him? He's like, nah, it's his rap name. I was like, rap name? What are you talking about, Ian?
I was trying to keep a secret. Brad blew on my spot, bro.
So then I called that story back. I was like, yo, you rap? Wait, hold on. Is this Ian? Put Ian on the phone. Yo, you rap? And I like begged him for like a month.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, come on.
I was retired at the time. I had gone out on top.
Yeah. You had to go get Jordan out of baseball.
Exactly. And then we made a song, and then we just kind of decided to do the Loco-Motive thing from there. And the Loco-Motive thing was more of like, let's just make sure that we keep making music because it's fun and we'll make it fun. It was very like, we don't want to get sucked into the business aspect of it and like getting super into social media. And so we've put out singles kind of randomly. But now, you know, putting out the solo EPs, it's kind of more like a little more business driven and like, hey, let's kind of go for it and do this type of thing. Right. But I think Loco-Motive has always existed to like remind us, hey,
it's your
supposed to be fun.
It's your Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
You know,
way less members.
You got your Method Man albums, you got your ODB albums, then there's Wu. You know, like I fucking dig it.
Dude, let me see. I want to be that dude that cut his dick off. Which one was that one? No, you're not aware of.
That had to have been ODB.
It was. I don't remember his name, but he
you playing with me?
Freaking Capadonna.
I swear to God, there's a Wu-Tang member, and he like cut his dick off.
Did he put it back on?
Did he put it back on?
I was gonna say,
he just cut it off and threw it out the window.
I really hope that wasn't Jizza.
Yeah. I mean, that'd be too unfortunate, homie.
It was like one of the deep cut members.
Yeah.
Was it You God?
You God? Capadonna? Freaking.
There you go. Oh, that's
really?
funny.
You
That's
God.
funny.
Wow.
Yeah.
No,
Deep cuts.
I think we live in a super cool time because like we're like right on the cusp of, I think the creators of the content can run the business now.
Yeah.
Which has never been the case. I think we're seeing that wave starting to turn. And I don't know if it's one that can ever go back the other direction, so long as you're smart about it and you can obviously you need certain people to get through certain doors and whatnot.
Yeah.
But for the most part, if you love the craft and you just focus on putting out the best thing you possibly can, people will pay money for it.
Right.
Yeah.
And if that's where the energy is coming from, I mean, I think audiences and listeners and viewers, they feel that whether it's rap, whether it's a television show, whether it's a podcast, anything like that, they're feeling the authenticity of the creator, and that wave is, I think it's going to change art. I think it is, yeah,
Absolutely.
in a beautiful way.
Because once you get the art wrestled away from these business people, I mean, we've talked about it ad nauseum on here, how fucking movie studios have ruined movies so much.
Yeah.
Because they'll like focus group it and just try to play to the largest common denominator, and it always comes out fucking soft as shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Shout out DC movies.
Exactly. That's what we talk about.
guys
DC,
listen.
Warner Brothers. You know DMT, boys.
We're dialed in, bro. Dialed in.
I'm so sad with all those movies.
I know.
Suicide Squad. And
Dude,
But now it seems like we're getting.
we're on the right turn.
see, I don't know.
Seems like it, but
Trust
we
the
don't know.
creators.
Exactly.
You know?
Because I mean,
yeah, there's Snyder Cut, obviously.
yeah, but it's also like we're not going to pursue it. Like I saw a friend of mine just went to New York and she posted these pictures of like the Justice League Snyder Cut in Times Square, and I'm like, for a company that could not be more resentful for having to make that movie, they're advertising the shit out of it.
They want that money. And they're like, oh, there's money?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, this
Funny.
is so great because like earlier this week, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. You guys are the first guests we've had that we don't like really know before the show.
Yeah.
So I've been talking to people about it. I'm like, you know, they're rappers. They're like really cool. Like we can't just talk to them about the Avengers and the Justice League the whole time. Never mind, we totally can.
No, we can. We can have that conversation.
Like, we got Batman bars.
Yeah, we
Superman
got. Yeah,
bars
we're
up
calling
the
out
ass.
comic books all the time.
Fuck
for
yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Love it. I was going to
love
ask
it.
each of you guys individually, how did you get into music?
Yeah.
Rap and music in general, you know.
Yeah, because like of all the artistic endeavors out there, music is the one thing that I personally can't wrap my head around as
Yeah.
far as like how it does it. It's like wizardry to me. So like straight up, whenever I meet people, and I also fuck with your music, so it's like, how'd you guys? What Gryffindor house or Hogwarts house were you in? Yeah, and
can't
where'd
say
you?
Gryffindor now.
No, you can't. What Hogwarts house did you come from?
Dude, I was fucking Hufflepuff.
Dude,
And
low key,
then,
stand to the radar. You know,
I started rapping about Hufflepuff back in the day. You know,
Here, spit about some badgers, bro.
Badgers.
Oh, Winston.
Winston loves Vic.
It's having a good old time.
Yeah,
Vic can't say no to a puppy.
I love
either.
dogs.
no,
I love
that's
dogs
good
so much.
because it's very dog friendly here.
I have a Rottweiler.
Oh, nice.
Nice,
He's
These
just
big
like
boys
this all the time. Yeah.
Yep.
First dog I ever had. Rottweiler.
Max, baby.
Max.
But yeah, music, like just getting into making music. You know, back in the day, I guess where it all started was I was just like a big fan of Lil Wayne. Like, who was he?
Of course.
Right.
Who is
Yeah,
it?
yeah, right. And then I was like in seventh grade or sixth grade, and I think I just like started writing down his rhymes, and then I would practice them, and then you know, I would rap them to people and be like, "Yo, what do you think? What do you think of my new verse?" And they'd be like, "Isn't that Lil Wayne's?" No. It's, I wrote that for Lil Wayne.
You think he came up with real G's moving silence like
Yeah.
lasagna by himself, dude?
Like
Like,
that genius. Okay, nobody can do that alone.
Only 7th grade Vic.
You've written some lyrics for Eminem, haven't you?
Treat this roof like my daughter and raise it. I mean,
that's a Vic original.
Yeah. Did you know? You seen the writing credits?
Yeah.
But yeah, and then that's how it all started. And then eventually I was like, well, let me try writing my own stuff. And then I wrote something. And it was stupid, but I was like, this could go somewhere. So I kept writing, and then it all went from there. I just started writing and eventually recording. Like the first time I recorded a song was on like this little bootleg, like iPod that somebody sold my dad for like $200.
That's how it always starts.
You could only put like 15 songs on it.
Whoa.
$200 bucks.
They
$200 bucks.
The future.
They scammed my dad.
Best 15 songs.
They were like, bro, here go the new iPod. This is the newest one. But I had 15 songs on that bitch, and I listened to all 15.
That's back when you used to know every word to every song.
Yeah. You had a real intimate connection with your songs because you had so few.
A song would come out, and I'd be like, oh shit, now I gotta delete.
You got a Sophie's Choice. Like, which baby do I kill?
Oh no.
But it had a microphone on it for whatever reason, so that was cool. So I would like record. I would just play like an instrumental off of my laptop and record using that little thing, and then I would like upload it to YouTube, and I'd send it to all my MySpace friends and be like, yo,
check them out.
Yeah, hit up your top 8, baby.
I was like, damn, what's up? You don't like it? Oh, you out of the top. Get out of here.
You're done. You're done with me as far as I'm concerned.
So yeah, and then just kept getting better, just kept going over years.
When was the first time you ever performed like live?
I think I was in 10th grade, and they have these shows where it's just like this booking company just gets a bunch of local artists, and then you got to sell a certain amount of ticket, or depending on how many tickets. That's how it worked at the time. Depending on how many tickets you sold, that would be where you would play at. So like,
was this Afton?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So I sold like a bunch of tickets. So I got to choose my my spot.
Nice.
What'd you choose? What was the slot?
I think it was like kind of early because I was in 10th grade.
So right.
I got school tomorrow. Like, I was like, I gotta, what I'm saying? So I picked like 7, 8, and people were probably like, oh, thank God.
Right,
yeah,
right.
Prime time.
Yeah.
Still, I'm kind of on that vibe sometimes when I'm like, oh, man, you go on at 1 a.m.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
I talk about this all the time where like, we do stand up, we do improv and stuff like that. I'm the kind of guy, I like to get all my shit done early and then get super high and watch movies for the rest of the day. That's a career choice where I have to spend the entire day just waiting for 5 minutes. 1 in the morning at a bar where no one wants to listen to me.
And you get up and it's to 6 other comics who are mad at you because you went up before them. They've been waiting the whole show and they're just like, I'm not going to give this guy the fucking time of day. I'm not going to give up my laughs. Like,
I'd sell both my kidneys to perform at 8.
That's why I like when we open for people, because I'm like, I could just open and then
you can set the tone.
And then you're drinking the rest of the night, having a good time. We're bringing the party vibe after that. I'm with it, bro.
Fuck yeah. It's over. See, I love that. Setting the tone right. Because, for me, I hate it whenever you go to an open mic and the first like dozen comics, like half of them are super low energy or haven't quite worked out whatever their depressing bit is to be funny yet. And you're just kind of like, God, this is the show. It started. I don't know how anybody's going to turn this around and be like high energy, because I try to get up there. I'm like, we're having a great time, right?
Yeah. Somebody's got to get up there and get the party started as far as I'm concerned, Yeah,
exactly.
For sure.
Fuck yeah.
Well, that's my thing. I realized, because for so long I was such like a shy person, and then I realized I could do public speaking, presentation, whatever, because it was like a college class. I went up and I looked at everybody. I was like, okay, I'm really nervous about this, but I can look at each of these people and either they don't give a fuck what I'm doing, or they want me to do well. Like I don't think there's really anybody who's out there that wants you to fail. And once you realize that and you start getting at least confident in it, even if somebody does, it's not even that you don't give a fuck. You're like, I'm gonna prove you wrong.
Sure.
I'm gonna make you laugh. I'm gonna make you dance. I'm gonna make you get into my
undeniable.
shit. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
Certainly,
a huge thing.
it's been a long time since I've performed to people that like wanted me to fail.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
Right.
when I walked into a room and I was like, "Oh, this might not go what I thought it was gonna go."
Yeah.
You know, the older you get, the less you get in those situations. It feels like, but that happened to Drake not long ago.
Yeah,
Like,
Really?
Drake showed up at
Tyler the Creator's
Camp Flog Gnaw.
Really?
and
people
they
were
all
like,
thought it was gonna be Frank Ocean.
oh,
And
that's
so-
Just boot him off stage.
And we're like, "Yo, that's fucking Drake, man!
That's Drake.
Leave him alone."
Isn't he like
you know?
the highest selling artist of all time now or some shit? He's up there.
He's got to be
At least
close.
the decade.
Yeah,
I
the
mean,
decade
I don't
for
know.
sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, so I guess
I mean, I would have been one of those people, but it would have been purely because it was Drake, not because I missed out on Frank Ocean. Like I was just talking about this earlier today. Like when I got Apple Music and started listening to streaming stuff, I was like, okay, I'm gonna try and get Drake. So I started listening to like his first few albums. And I'm like, I still don't get it. I don't get it. People
now it's,
fuck
like,
with him
free.
super
Oh
hard.
yeah, man, we like Drake. Yeah, big fan of Drake.
I
It just
mean, I
depends,
have
you
like
know.
a dozen of his songs still, but
Yeah.
like the bulk of his work, I'm like, I don't get it.
He's everywhere to the point where it's kind of undeniable. Like it's
Yeah.
you got to have 12
I
songs
can't
at least or whatever.
disrespect him. I
But yeah,
can't disrespect him.
yeah, no, that makes sense though. Drake's a polarizing figure from
He
time
is.
to time.
He got me
So-
last night. I was watching the NBA play-ins. Now he's a
yeah.
Lakers fan. This
Yeah, I was
motherfucker.
like,
Come on,
Isn't that
bro.
next to Michael B. Jordan and shit? Like,
And he's got Steph like tattooed on him, right?
yeah, he
Oh, come on, bro.
He is like a part, like owner of the Raptors or something like that.
Yeah,
Like,
wasn't
what
that the thing during the finals for the Raptors? He kept wearing long sleeves in the sleeve to cover up that Steph Curry tattoo.
Oh, yes.
Wasn't it? Isn't it like Curry and Durant on his fucking arm?
I think it is Curry and Durant.
Jesus.
That is wild. We were
that's
just
why I
talking about this. Like, you need some allegiance when we're going for sports. You
Yeah.
know, like just a little bit of like consistency.
Well, unless you're Jack, in which case he's just like, I like the mascots and the colors of a team, so I'm a Jaguars fan.
a little
You know
bit.
what? See, this is what we were talking about, like being from somewhere, you got to root for that team. I
Right.
feel like, you know,
I disagree. I am a Patriots
This guy's
fan
a
because I'm a
motherfucker.
contrarian asshole.
this guy.
I don't want to be a Broncos
Don't worry.
fan
This
like
is exactly
everyone.
what we were talking about. Everyone hates him.
You're a monster.
I agree. You don't have like any family. No,
I've been to Boston and Nantucket as a kid. I like the area.
You're a monster.
I hate you.
and I also, like everybody else who's a contrarian, is like, oh, I'm not going to be a Broncos fan, so they're going to be a Raiders fan. Fuck that.
Yeah.
And so, like, I was asked point blank, who's your favorite team? And I only knew, like, the 3 teams. So I'm like, Patriots.
Yeah.
And then I stuck with that.
I do appreciate the people that stick with it too, though. You know, like that. There's something to be said with that. The Drake thing, where it's like, "Hey, man, I'm a Lakers fan today."
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Or
Lock
Snoop.
it in.
Snoop is just bouncing around to different teams every fucking year.
Is
You
he?
know?
Warriors.
Yeah, have you not? He's got like,
Oh, I
you could
didn't
go
realize
Google it,
that.
and there's like a collage of him just wearing like at least all 32 jerseys at some point.
Oh, that's too funny.
He was wearing Cardinals at one point, Steelers at another point. And I know that he's like
I'd love
said
to
on
see
the
Snoop
record
in
he's a
Bengals
Steelers
jersey.
He probably has one, Jack. Look it up.
See, here's the other thing though. Like, I feel like jerseys used to be cool. Just, you know, you didn't have to be.
Yeah, you could just wear
Right.
jerseys. I miss those days.
Yeah, I miss those days.
yeah, 'cause
too.
I've-
And hats. Like,
Yeah.
I can't wear any hat that's not Colorado related, and have someone be like, "Oh, dude, are you from St.
Yeah,
Louis?"
that's the problem I run
Like,
into.
No,
Yeah.
I do say I have
don't give a
family,
fuck
so it's
about
just
St.
like a
it's
Louis.
just
way.
easier.
I just moved. I deflected. I'm like, I got family out there, so I don't have to go into this whole thing. Like,
I've had to stop wearing, like, I just wear
Yeah.
blank hats now,
Yeah.
or like Colorado hats.
My favorite hat that I own is like an old school Memphis Grizzlies hat because I think they have the coolest
Yeah.
logo with that bear
Yeah,
holding the
dude.
ball. And you know they played yesterday, and I went out and somebody was like, "Oh, let's go Grizzlies, man!" I'm like, "I've never been to Memphis."
Fuck the Grizzlies. Fuck about the
Let's go Spurs. I just like bears, bro.
That's funny, man.
like you got your Raptors hat too.
I do. Hell yeah.
He loves mascots more than anything else.
Dude, I mean,
I
like
mean,
mascots
if you
and
own it,
colors.
old school,
you know,
I mean,
you own it.
you can't beat it. You know what I'm saying? I have this old Pistons hat that I used to wear a lot. It's like the teal with the horse with the flame.
That's pretty sick.
I remember that.
I love
one.
it, but I can't wear it anymore
Because people asked about Detroit.
And it seems like Colorado sports fans are like particularly savage about shit. It's like, you're in Bronco country. What are you doing? It's like, dude,
certainly.
you're wearing your leather fucking jacket you've had for 30 fucking years. You know?
shit's all cracked.
Yeah.
Missing like a chunk of leather.
It's funny. We were talking about the Rockies though, and we were like, yeah, but fuck the Rockies.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
unless they're
stink,
good,
dude.
you know.
Well,
But
and that's the thing is,
No one goes to a Rockies game to watch the Rockies.
yeah,
You know, like,
I've brought it up a few times that I'm still mad that people still go to Rockies games because it's rewarding their bad behavior as an organization.
Yeah.
They'll get rid of fucking Nolan Arenado just every fucking time. They'll get a new Nolan every time, and then they're like, "Yep, enjoy it for a season."
yeah, here you go, Yankees or whatever.
Yeah.
Go be
Get 'em to the good
generational in
team.
LA or New York.
Yeah, there's like always like a 2-year, 3-year period where it's kind of fun to root for them because they get their little young core and they're pretty good, and then we realize that we can't get pitching or whatever, and then we trade everybody away again. So
Yeah.
They fucking stink. Yeah.
It's just nice to go to a ball game, but I'd like to be able to be like, "Hey, go team!"
Yeah.
I'd like to go to I think like the Dodgers and the Yankees should come to Coors Field. That
Yeah.
would be great. You
Yeah,
know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
go play in other people's stadiums because we have to deal with so much bullshit in this city. I'm sick of it, dude. I don't want to watch the Broncos anymore. I love them, but fucking Drew Lock stinks.
they've been hurting my heart, man. These Broncos, but this year's our year.
Could have got
This year
Justin
is our
Fields.
year.
That's all I'm saying.
What if we get Aaron Rodgers
Hey,
though?
Aaron Rodgers right around the corner.
I mean,
Like it's gonna happen.
I remember when Peyton was like, "Yeah, I'm thinking like the Broncos are on like a short list," and I'm like, "That'll never fucking
Yeah.
I
happen."
remember that same thing.
I remember.
Yeah.
I didn't even like at the time. I didn't even know the Broncos were on his radar.
No, exactly. I don't think anybody.
Because on ESPN it was like, I don't remember.
49ers.
Who,
Miami.
Yeah.
Was it team Miami? Yep. Yep.
Everyone's-
It's always a nice
and then
weather
relax.
places.
And then one day, just Peyton Manning signing to Denver, and I was like, what?
That shit is so hard.
No way.
God, that
Team
was
Tebow's
incredible.
gone, and I was like, oh my god, it's a miracle.
Now he's
And now
playing
he's a
tight
Jag.
end. Come on.
I know that's crazy.
That is insane.
Let's go Jags. Duval.
Ridiculous.
At the prime age of in his 30s, you know, picking it up
He's
to
like
be tight end.
36 or
Yeah,
something, isn't he?
dude.
Like,
And I
come
mean,
on.
that's what he should have done. Because I mean, Julian Edelman was a quarterback in fucking college, and then he's like, "Well, I cannot be a quarterback at this
Yep.
level. I'll be a receiver."
Yep.
Tebow should have been that, but he's like, "No, God wants me to be a quarterback." Clearly, he doesn't. Clearly, he doesn't.
Slant
bud.
route says no.
Yeah.
You know, like-
Oh, you threw to DT in that overtime in the playoffs. And you're
Yeah.
just like, you think
Yeah.
you're
One-
totally
one great
made.
throw.
I was going to say, like 7 mediocre defenses allowed Tim Tebow to be what he is.
That's for sure what it was.
That is absolutely true.
That's how
luck.
Tim Tebow came into being.
Yes.
Think about that Florida team that he was on. Who is
Yeah.
still in the NFL from that? Maybe one Pouncey brother.
Yeah.
You know, like Percy Harvin. He's not in the NFL
Aaron
anymore.
Hernandez.
Yeah, Aaron Hernandez.
Yeah. You got to say it, bud.
Yeah, he's in afterlife free agency, man. I mean,
He's playing on the gridiron in the sky. You know?
oh my God. Yeah, because
He's on the real G-Man's team. You know what I mean?
that team was fucking incredible.
Yeah. Nah,
The Gators team. Have you ever seen that like meme that goes around like we need a 30 for 30 on these guys?
I can believe that.
That
I
would
mean,
be
they've done
incredible.
two. They've done two on the U, man.
Yeah, are you
Like,
kidding me?
give us the Gators.
Yeah.
So Gators.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you like them for their mascot too.
That's my favorite animal right there.
That's
So
mascots.
They got cool colors
favorite
too.
hat
Yeah,
for
the
10
whole,
years.
the
Got
whole nine.
the old school Broncos color.
Yeah.
with a little bit of green in there. 'Cause
Oh,
why not?
yeah, a little
Fuck
touch
it.
of
We'll
green.
get
There you
to it.
go.
Yeah.
Gator.
Well, why not?
So how about you, Ian? How'd you get into rapping?
So I real quick, I do want to mention there was a part of the story that I think we missed here. One day Vic just like walked up to me and was like, "Hey, I'm kind of like starting to make beats now." And it was like super like low key. And now Vic makes all her beats and
was
makes
gonna
like
ask,
a
do you
bunch of
guys
other
produce
people's
and shit?
beats.
Yeah. Just one day I was just like,
More origin story.
I was like, how
Well, we want to know the origins of Loco-Motive.
I was like, how hard could this be? So I watched the YouTube video, and then I downloaded FL Studio, and then I just started making beats, and I was like, this ain't so hard.
Nice.
That was like 5 years ago. I don't know.
Yeah. See, you really went from like this type of progression to like all of a sudden like it spiked one day and we were like, whoa, all right, cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think this is gonna stink. Oh fuck. You know,
well, yeah. What did you think when I said I was making beats? You're probably like, oh, here we go again. Here we go with this bullshit.
This fucking guy.
At that point, I feel like I had learned a little bit. I was like, all right, you know,
this fucking guy again. No, because what I've been learning from producing this show when we started doing camera and shit. That by far and away sound editing is the most tedious process for me.
Sure.
So for like building layers and beats and doing all that, like, you know, mixing and everything, I can't even imagine it. Like
mixing is hard.
Yeah.
That's something I'm not really good at too much, but you know, just leave that to the engineer.
Yeah. Why not? Yeah.
We got good engineers. Yeah.
Well, see, that's important. There you go.
I'm saying like it's like a sandwich, like a Subway. You know, I make the sandwich, and then I put it in the toaster, and then the toaster toasts it for me.
They do veggies. You know what I mean?
It comes out. Boom.
That was beautiful.
That was great. I like that.
That was a wonderful metaphor.
Toasty.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Toast.
Oh, nice.
It's the toasty method.
I like it.
From Vic.
But going back to me, can we talk about me? Jesus Christ.
No, I feel like,
God damn.
can I like stop talking?
The guy who just released his EP.
Jeez.
Actually, let me ask this question. So, what's the difference between an EP and an LP? Because all I can find from Google is extended play and long play, and that sounds like the exact same fucking thing.
So I don't know if this is the actual definition, but as far as like hip hop is concerned, and I think like music all around is concerned, is an EP is just shorter.
Okay.
You know, so if I say like, listen to my album, here's my album coming out, and people are like, yo, it's only 5 fucking songs. Like, what are you doing?
Right.
They might be a little disappointed. If you say it's an EP, they're like, oh, well, you know, he tried a little bit on it.
5
you know?
songs.
Yeah, it's only 5 songs. This is on my little walk to work or whatever.
Size,
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, that's why we went with EP, because LP is so long and so expensive, and it's just lots of stuff.
Yeah.
So
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So, like, what's your guys' process? So we like write scripts together, and our kind of
You're not supposed to say that.
we talk about it all the time. But how we do it is like we'll break the story, he'll beat it out and do the whole structure thing, and then one of us will just write the first draft, hand it to the other person, then do our pass through. And it's like we have very complementary strengths, you know. So when you two get together, like what's your like I guess method? Like how do you guys get going? Momentum built.
Yeah. So it always starts with a beat. So if it's Loco-Motive stuff, it starts with him making the beat, obviously. And if it's our solo stuff, mine specifically is an outsourced beat, but it always starts with the beat. And then generally it starts with one person has had that beat for a while and writes a verse, right? It's either me or him. And then we kind of, the next person writes their verse, not necessarily based off of that. Like, we're not always talking about the exact same things in songs. And then it's kind of just a race to whoever's going to write the chorus. Gotcha. And then whoever writes the chorus first. Because I feel like we're always putting that off until last. And then whoever writes the chorus first kind of has dibs on the chorus. And then a lot of the times we split the chorus as well.
Okay.
So it's pretty easy, pretty organic. And we're not ever... I don't think this has ever happened where we get together and say like, let's make a song about X. You know, that hasn't happened.
Yeah, you're not Ice Cube sitting down and like, okay, this song is about the opioid crisis. Yeah, this song is about anti-Donald Trump, even though I will vote for him.
Yeah. And I don't know. I feel like with my writing style, if I do that, it just comes out corny. It comes out super corny. So
Totally.
Same.
Yeah.
I
So
tried that the other day, matter of fact, and it's super corny.
yeah.
So just let it come to
dreams.
you.
You know?
No, that's and this might be a little too inside baseball, and I'm sure it varies song to song to song, because I feel that I you know, when you start doing writing and stuff like that, you do this research and they're like, you need a theme through your movie and all. It's like you do, but you kind of find that along the way, like you guys were saying. Exactly. When you're writing lyrics in particular, because when I listen to rap, I'm definitely much more of like a beat kind of rhythm guy, and then I get into the lyrics and I start to follow that. When you guys are writing this, is it typically off the cuff? Like, what is the beat inspiring you to do? Okay, what are we getting into with this song? Or is it like, I got a couple ideas of some things that I've written down over the past couple months. Let's put this together into this song.
I would say for me, I never write anything down. It's a really bad habit of mine.
I'm saying.
So I just lose stuff. Yeah. But every once in a while I'll be like, oh yeah, I have this thing that might work well here. So that does happen from time to time. But most of the time it's just like, let me come up with one line that I really like, or like 4 lines that I really like. And then let's just make everything kind of build off of those lines from here on out.
Sure.
I don't know. You kind of freestyle, yeah?
Yeah. Well, by the way, when he says he doesn't write anything down, he means that he writes everything in his head. So like all his verses, like he doesn't have them written. It's just in his head.
I'm the same way.
And I'm like, what the fuck? How the fuck?
Yeah, no,
do you do
I'm
that?
the same way with jokes. Like I'll have it in here, and then the second I go to start writing it down, and it goes like, it comes out so fucking wrong and sideways almost. Like,
interesting.
I start going down a path where I'm like, well, that wasn't at all what I started with. Sure. And then the verbatim nature of putting it on page totally fucks me up. It has to stay a little bit more conversational, like looser, I guess. So I guess that's what, comics say when they say they write from stage.
Okay.
So I guess you would write from the booth then.
Yeah, I guess technically I write from the car.
Yeah, right.
It
just blows my mind.
Makes sense.
Like,
yeah. It's a bad
I'll
habit.
be working on something and then I'll come up with something and I'll have it in my head. Like I'll be driving and then I can't write it down right that second, and then I'll like move past it and then I'm like, fuck, what did I say before that? Right. It's gone. Like, so that's crazy. But for me, I guess when it comes to writing, I'm more of a rhythm type of guy now too. Like before I was really into lyrics and all that kind of stuff. But
yeah, I was gonna ask, when you started, producing beats and stuff like that, did that help your lyrics? Did that change your lyrics at all?
I think it's changed the melodies that you write now, because we're trying to sing a little bit more now.
Cool, nice.
Yeah, we went from like rapping, but now we're trying to like melody,
get a little something in there. Yeah,
nice. So I think that helped for the melodies, and when I'm writing now, I'll put on the beat or whatever, and then I'll just start like freestyling, and then if I say something that I think is cool, I'll write it down.
Right.
And then I'll go off of that, So
that's something with the writing on stage, to Sam's point. I think a lot of people, when they do comedy, for example, because that's what we can speak to, is they go, oh, if this isn't funny right away, it doesn't work, right? Yeah. But if you're working something out on stage, if you're working out an idea and you're trying to make sure that, this lyric matches this beat perfect, or I'm trying to say what I'm trying to say, this joke is trying to communicate what it's trying to communicate, you kind of have to explore every angle and fail several times to get to that successful point. And
a lot of times I'll go back and rewrite stuff because I'm like, totally, I don't like this. Let me redo that. Oh, I like it now. Yeah. Oh, I don't like it again. So I'll So
gotcha.
Sometimes I'll have to be like, yo, that's fire. Leave it alone.
Yeah, stop touching it. That's another
tinker, bro.
That for me though is what I was like, okay, I think I'm kind of a creator, kind of an artist, is like when you can't stop fucking with it. Yeah. That's when you're like, okay, I definitely care about it a lot.
Yeah.
Who are some of your guys' like biggest influences? Lil Wayne, obviously.
Yeah, that's a good one. We both listen to Mac Miller a lot. Yeah.
Sure.
Mac Miller's a good one.
Sure.
Kendrick, Smino, JID. We saw JID in Saba last year. That was rad.
Dude, we sure did. That's crazy.
That was a great show.
Hey.
As far as like old school guys, I'm like a Slick Rick and Nas and Jay-Z type of guy, and Eminem.
Jay-Z owes me $9.
That's true.
Because I bought freaking
Sam's got beef.
God damn it. What the fuck? Lemonade by Beyonce. And it came with the visual album on it.
Okay.
And so that was like $18. Okay. And then he ripped that away from everybody, and it's only on Tidal. And I'm like, dude, you owe me $9.
What?
Jay-Z, you owe me $9.
Wow. I didn't know he did that.
Yeah, it's gone. I can't find it anywhere.
Son of a bitch.
Interesting.
Jay-Z owes me $9.
He just fleeced everyone that bought the deluxe copy.
Yeah.
That's wild.
It was the biggest fuck you.
Maybe creators should run the business.
Yeah,
that's a little too much power.
Fuck, Jay-Z.
Come on, man. Jay's.
It's not even his album. It's Beyonce's album.
Yeah.
Gives you the right.
Yeah.
Gives you the
It's
right.
just only on
Jay-Z.
Tidal. And I'm like, I'm not paying $30 fucking to stream your shitty program.
crazy.
Hi-Fi or whatever the hell audio he's boasting about.
Yeah. I paid when The Life of Pablo by Kanye came out.
That's when I
first.
paid for
That's
it.
when I
The
got
first
they had
time,
free
the second
trial.
time, or the third time it came out?
First time. The very first time.
That shit was wild.
You got to track with it.
That was before all the extra shit. And this was like just the very first clean. And then they had the free trial, and then I heard it, and then he like updated it throughout the month, and then I just like forgot about it, and then like 3 months later I was like, what the fuck, Tidal?
Bills.
Oh damn, I forgot about Tidal.
Tidal fucked me. That's exactly what happened to me too. I got it for Pablo, and I got billed like 2 months. I'm like, that's like 60, man.
I was like, what the fuck?
And like, I'll admit my mistake on that, but the whole lemonade debacle that pissed me right off.
Certainly.
Come on, son.
I dropped the EP, and a lot of people were sending me, their snapshots of Spotify and Apple Music and YouTube or SoundCloud, whatever. But like one guy sent me Tidal, and I was like, you goddamn man of taste.
Yeah.
He just likes the finer things in life, I was like,
Shit
good
he's
for you,
listening to
Marquis.
probably sound better than when you recorded.
I know, right? I was right.
Because it does make a difference.
Extra crisp.
Yeah, it does.
It did make a difference when I
certainly does.
noticed it, because I was like, damn, this actually sounds fucking remarkably better.
Yeah, and I think it's better for artists or something like that. I don't know much about it.
Oh, as far as like distributing your shit?
Yeah, in the money that you make back based on streams.
Yeah.
But
How
I don't know if
does
that's
that
true.
I
work?
feel like that's only for big artists.
Yeah. So like, how does that work? Like a certain amount of streams translates to a certain amount of money you make back?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But
like,
it's not, you don't make money off of
It's
streaming.
like
Getting
1,000 streams
millions.
for like half a penny or something.
yeah. Because
crazy.
I was wondering, how the fuck does anybody go platinum with streaming now? Because like, they used to be just based on album sales. Now it's like, how many streams does it take for somebody to get like
I think I've
platinum?
seen it's like 10 streams of a song equals like a sale or something like that.
Okay. What?
Or
Really?
maybe
Interesting.
less. Something like that. Yeah.
Huh.
That
So
seems like
that's
bullshit.
how that goes.
Yeah, that's interesting.
It's so funny when you look at the list of like diamond albums that have sold like 10 million or more copies. And it's like, it used to be you would buy an album for a single a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Right? So like Kid Rock has a diamond album because Ba With Da
Ba With Da
Ba was gigantic in 1999 or whatever,
Dude, Kid Rock rocks, bro. Are you kidding me? Singing Sweet Home Alabama.
He did sing that, didn't he?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I remember that shit. He was like in a boat in that music.
Yeah.
I remember that shit.
I just love when people's most famous song is just a kind of a copy of another really famous song.
Yeah. Yeah. Like it's not even a sample. It's
Not
just
even.
straight up. Give me your homework and I'll copy it, but change my answers a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not
Exactly.
singing Sweet Home Alabama. I'm singing about how much I like Sweet Home Alabama. Okay? There's a difference here.
To the melody of Sweet Home Alabama.
That's like that Vanilla Ice thing. You ever heard when he took that beat from Queen?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He was like, so the original
the Ice Ice
goes,
Baby, yeah.
he's like, our beat goes dun 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 dun, and he's like, but the original one goes dun 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 dun. He's like, so we're good. We didn't steal anything.
No.
Come on, man.
Cut it out with this copyright bullshit.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just sampling, man.
Share the load.
Too funny.
That's pretty wild. Because that's always been my question. Like, how do you get platinum? But now you guys are well on your way.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, what?
I made like half a penny this year. So
Yeah.
Oh man.
I was gonna say, what is
Man.
kind of not necessarily the ultimate dream, but do you guys want to be like just in the scene of Denver? Do you want to move into the bigger markets? Like, what's the goal?
I fucking love this question. That's a good question, man.
Told you you'd be great at interviewing.
are you a professional?
I did a
good one.
streaming thing for a month.
I would say the goal right now is to be in Denver and be known around Denver and that type of thing. I don't know what and I guess I'm speaking for myself right now. I don't know what my goal of like touring the world is, you know,
especially
like
post-COVID, what is it going to be?
Sure. And like, you know, it would have to be like a really fantastic opportunity to like leave everything, you know what I'm saying? And like, I'm a big fan of Denver hip hop. I make like long Denver hip hop playlists, and like, I'm about the history of it, the whole nine. And we've just kind of been like waiting in the wings for the past several years, and at this point it's kind of like, well, I would like for some people to kind of at least just know who we are,
Right.
So that's kind of the goal right now, is to just like be mentioned when people are like, Denver hip hop is like, oh well, we know these guys, you know. That's a big goal right now.
That's huge. I think with that kind of a goal, like once you hit that point, then you have the confidence to just keep kind of doing your thing, and then life happens. You know,
it's all stepping stones.
Yeah, exactly.
Get to the first goal, and then the next.
Focus on the day. Love the craft.
So how does it go about you guys getting opportunities for performing? Because I mean, we can go to these like improv showcases or open mics, and it's just like you just walk in and do it. But like for music, I'm sure it's got to be like way more organized, because you guys have a beat that you guys need somebody to play and stuff like that. And like, so what is the open mic, I guess, for doing hip hop?
There are places where there's like an open mic.
Okay.
I haven't been. I used to go to this one at this place called Metal Arc. Like they had it every Wednesday, and like anybody could just get up and do whatever.
Okay.
They had like you can plug your phone in or whatever. I don't think they do it anymore, but I guess just like other people who play shows, we'll ask them or they'll ask us. Well, mostly they ask us. I don't know.
Gotcha.
But yeah.
Okay, so you guys just all sort of work together then,
Yeah, it's the more people that you know, the more times people are always looking for openers and looking for people to rock with. And then we're also in the process of like trying to get our own like night. I was trying to do like an EP release party, just didn't really work out. COVID, you know, the scheduling and stuff. Like everybody's trying to tour right now, so didn't really work out. But you know, we're trying to do that where you just like book a venue out and you have your own openers and that type of thing. So like that's an avenue. Festivals are an avenue. Like there's a Rhino Music Showcase coming up. There's the Underground Music Showcase. So there's that. And then, it's, you know, an established act, or maybe not even established, like somebody that's playing like literally their first show. They're like, hey, we want somebody to play with us. And we're like, hey, we'll shut that down for you.
We sure will.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
That's super dope.
That is really fucking cool.
And when you say the Denver hip hop scene, I mean, that immediately I was like, oh my God, I want to learn all about this. Like, what are, give me the fun facts. Okay, give me the trivia of Denver hip hop. Okay,
Sure.
Yeah.
Spark notes.
Because, you know, for me, I'm like, I love hip hop, I love rap, I love it all, but like, I'm a fan of just overall rap and hip hop, you know? So for me, I know the history and all the different, I don't know about like LA, well, I know West Coast, East Coast, obviously, but like these specific cities and the cultures, we see that in comedy a lot. Like there's a Denver comedy scene. There is a,
and
Seattle
it's so
comedy
varying. Scene. It's like, so you get like Wu-Tang sounds way different than NWA.
Right.
And I mean, Run the Jewels out of Atlanta and Outkast, they sound totally fucking different.
I love it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So no matter what I do, if I ever talk about Denver hip hop, I'm leaving names out. So like, if I don't say your name, I'm sorry. You know, I didn't mean to. But as far as I understand it, you know, is like a lot of Denver hip hop originated in like East Side Denver. I'm not sure where Interstate Ike is from, but a lot of people kind of start with Interstate Ike and Colfax CAC, and then in like Aco and Aurora, you had like Albies for She's was a big guy in that scene, and everybody that I know was kind of looking up to him, and that's in like the early 2000s type of situation, early 2000s, mid 2000s, and he's been bumping until late 2000s, and Joe Meese the Genius, I think, was a producer out there that was super fire as well. More recently, the scene is like exploding right now. Yeah. Like there, and I know everybody kind of says that about their scene, but like holy shit, there's a lot of good music out right now. Cool. And I think everybody kind of points to one guy right now. That would be Trev Rich. Trev Rich is like a Grammy-nominated artist. He was on that Spider-Man movie.
Spider-Verse.
Oh,
really?
Man, yeah.
Oh, shit.
As soon as that movie goes off, he is the first words that you hear. It's his song with Corday and
Is it
Denzel.
Corday?
Yeah.
Really?
And Denzel Curry. So he's fire, and they're in a group called Squizzy Gang. with, I don't know if that's a thing anymore. I have no idea, but their DJ is DJ Squizzy Taylor. AP is phenomenal. He's one of the biggest guys in the scene. Trace Chapman is killing it right now. He's all over the place. And he was just in like this BET contest where he almost won it and just brought it home for the city. There's some great singers. Yazzie is an incredible singer, and Kayla Ray is an incredible singer, and like that is barely scratching the surface.
Right.
You know,
Gotcha.
like there is so much talent.
There was a Netflix show, and I'm totally spacing on it. It's Cardi B, Chance the Rapper, and
Jacob Campbell.
Yep.
There's another guy I should mention.
Great Denver rappers on there that I remember.
I don't know the other guy.
Yeah.
And this is the problem when you talk about Denver hip hop is like, I forgot somebody
and
off
it's been
the
like a
list.
year and a half since I've seen it, but I mean, both of them, I was like, holy shit, they live in my city. Like,
Yeah.
fuck, how have I not heard of these people?
Yeah,
You know?
Jacob Campbell's really making moves too. Like that kid can go for sure, which is nice. Him and Trevor Rich have a song that's fire.
Nice.
Great song, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Good stuff. But yeah, Denver hit. Oh, Kid Astronaut too.
Yeah.
We are gonna play with Kid Astronaut in August, and this dude is crazy because when he raps, he's like one of the best rappers in the city. Westward ranked him as the best rapper one year.
Damn.
And that was the year that Trevor Rich signed to Cash Money. I'm gonna say, so it was crazy that he got that. But then he like picks up a guitar and sings. And like makes you cry, makes you feel things.
Crazy voice.
What the fuck are you doing to me, man?
So he hit us up to play a show, which is crazy. I think he's playing at, what's that place called? Mile High Spirits on the third Sunday of every month.
Okay.
Oh, shit. Cool.
We're gonna be in August, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it should be fun.
Hell yeah. I'd love to go.
Yeah. That'd be super dope.
I'll send you guys a playlist.
Please do.
Little Denver
do.
playlist.
That's what's up.
I need some of it,
Yeah.
man. Because I'm sitting here, I'm like, oh, fuck. all right,
How do I find
this?
these?
I gave my Spotify, like, up next ready. I'm loading up the queue.
Yeah. Awesome.
shit,
Fuck yeah. And now you guys are just big old part of it. And
Trying to be. For sure.
Yo, you know what's funny about that is like when you're casual about it, you're looked at as like a hobbyist.
Oh,
I feel like,
interesting.
you know, you're not like looked at as like a person in it. And I think that's, the Loco-Motive thing that we did when we were just kind of like, this is for fun and this will always be fun. And, we're not going to go as business with it. Once you go business with it, and you really start trying to push or whatever and do that type of thing. Like I fucking hate being the Instagram guy where I'm like, look at me talking into the camera, whatever.
Yeah, same. We're just like that.
Exactly. But like once you really like start taking yourself seriously, fucking other people do too, man. And a lot of people have been like, oh, look at, you're the rapper guy now. And I'm like, I've been that guy for a whole fucking time, bro.
What do you think I've been doing, asshole? I mean, I guess kind of in a way, podcasting, people would just to think that this is just a hobby. And we literally take every Friday off of work to do this. We treat it like it's a job, and I mean, we've missed only 2 weeks in the 2 years we've been doing it. Wow.
That's fucking consistency.
Yeah.
That's a huge thing that you were talking about earlier too, is like, once you start, like you're testing the waters or whatever, but just keep doing that.
Yeah. And I'm sure you guys felt this, like once because we really like the screenwriting in particular has been a big one with COVID. Like you can't go do improv, can't do stand up. So what can you do? You can write and you can do podcasts. And so once we got that momentum going, it was not just, like we're doing this, we're getting it done. We fucking love doing this. Like it's not even a question about doing it. It's just keeping your foot pedal to the metal, and going for it. And shit, I mean, even if I'm not making a ton of money, but I'm still getting to do this, I'm a happy guy,
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Likewise.
Makes sense.
And I mean, being able to distribute it ourselves and make it ourselves, I mean, that's so huge. I mean, artists being able to do that is fucking incredible.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I just thought it was kind of fucking cool that I could just look both of you guys up on Apple Music and just be like, there's your shit. I don't have to go through all these hoops or, follow these links and like get on SoundCloud or anything like that. It's on the thing and it can go right into my fucking playlist. I mean, I've done that.
People say the game's fucked up now or whatever. The game used to be super fucked up because you used to have to like print up all your own CDs and nobody's going to just buy a CD from you on like principle. I guess you're like tight friends friends will or whatever. But you'd have to like invest all this money and just like give it away.
Right.
You know, like you have that CD.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So like a physical copy.
I have a physical
of CDs.
copy. Yes.
That's the way I used to do it, man. Was fucking printing out CDs and doing
Go
that
to
type of thing.
16th Street Mall and start throwing it at people.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm like, listen. Now it's like a click of a button.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's so cool.
Share it with you, dude.
So
Yeah.
cool. The
That's-
future is great.
Yeah. Yeah. Makes things a lot easier.
Yeah.
Yes. Hell yes. So, what else you guys have coming up? So you just dropped your EP, Screen Doors, which is out now and awesome from what I've listened to so far. Yeah. So what else you guys got going?
Vic's up next.
Yeah.
I got a bunch of stuff that I'm working on. I have a couple projects. What I'm doing is in English because I, speak English.
Of course.
And so do most people. Right? So I'm going to do that, and that's going to come out first. I'm almost done with that, so I'm hoping like maybe July, June, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, I'm also working on a Spanish project because I've been trying to get into that kind of scene lately. And that one's like reggaeton and like Spanish rap and stuff like that.
Spanish rap is dope, man.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah.
It is wild.
Whew. Like again,
it's
perfect for someone like me who likes, kind of rhythm and beat
Right,
over
melodies.
lyrics.
Yep, exactly.
And then because, I don't know Spanish, but I can listen to it and I am moved by that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're like, holy fuck, here we go.
And it's bigger than ever right now. So I started thinking about it and I was like, I would just be, why not take this opportunity? I have the ability to, so and I love that type of music too. So
is it like a translation or completely different songs?
Completely different songs.
That's cool. Yeah. Awesome.
And so so I'm doing that. I don't know. I'll probably come out later this year. I don't know when exactly. I don't want to like put them right back to back because I want to promote the first one and then.
Well, and half-ass both of them to put them both out at the same time, or whole-ass one at a time.
Right.
Totally.
So
especially with promotion, say.
Yeah,
for sure.
For sure.
On that, on the Spanish tip, man, like whenever we play a show, we have one song called Nothing New where I go first and I rap in English, obviously, because I can't speak Spanish.
Right.
And then we hit the hook.
No doubt.
And then Vic starts rapping in Spanish and nobody knows that Vic's raps in Spanish, And so everybody's like, what is happening? It's one of those moments like maybe if some people went over to the bar or whatever, like all of a sudden people are back here,
like, what the fuck?
focused up.
Yeah.
And it's like,
are there new people on stage right now?
Yeah. That's fucking cool.
Yeah, that's dope as fuck.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of like Tom Segura doing like stand up in both Spanish and English.
Yeah.
I mean, like I'm sure like you kind of got to like switch your brain into a different mode to write in Spanish. Like
it's a lot different. More melody stuff for sure. I kind of my Spanish isn't like 100%, so there's a lot of words. So I'm not as lyrical in Spanish, So I kind of turned that down a little bit. But
gotcha.
It's vibey though.
That's awesome.
I'm not saying I don't speak Spanish, but but I can't be like lyrical, miracle, all that type of stuff, So, but it's more just like a vibey, party type of feel for that. So,
I fuck with that for sure.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
I'm excited for that.
I mean, anytime you guys got new releases coming out, we'd love to have you guys on.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, sweet.
This was fun.
Yeah, super
you guys
fun
come
coming on.
Let's all do DMT together. Take it off right now.
Sounds good.
Yeah, we still got to tack that down. For a show we've been doing called DMT, we've never done it. We've been going for 2 years and we're almost frauds at this point.
Come on. I'm down to do some DMT.
Live on air. Yeah, let's go.
It'll just be 15 minutes of quiet and then us. Whoa.
This is my universe.
I'm just like staring at this thing. Like, what?
I'm a new human being.
Stop smoking that cigar. That's bad for you, gorilla.
I no longer make rap music. Now I make country music.
You've transcended.
I've unlocked that part of my brain.
All I got to do is trucks, beer, and women. That's all I got to do.
Hey, for real. You know what I'm saying?
We know these things. I mean, it's just, different melodies.
Yeah. You know, that's all the vibe. That's all it is.
That's right.
Well, awesome. Well, go ahead. I'll give you guys an opportunity to promote your socials and handles and whatnot.
Sure. Screen Door EP out everywhere right now. Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal. If you're a person of class.
Yes.
YouTube.
But fuck Jay-Z though.
He owes me $9.
I love Jay-Z, but he owes this man $9. Yeah, it's super close to my heart and all that stuff, and worked really hard on it, and I would love for you to listen to it. If you don't like it, don't listen to it again. If you do like it, keep listening to it. Social, Instagram, IANxSOLO. I go by IANxSOLO, but the X is just for Googlifying purposes.
Gotcha.
It's a little easier. So IANxSOLO, IANxSOLO music on the Twitter sphere.
If you can't find him, he's the rap guy.
Yeah, man. You'll find me. I'm just like walking around and stuff.
He's
What about you, man?
Me, I'm banned off a lot of social media.
You do be banned. This man can't touch Twitter.
Can we ask about this?
It's stupid. It's really stupid.
It always is, yeah.
My IP address is blocked.
Fucking goddamn.
All right, Instagram. I am Vic, VIC, Lado, LADO, ESTE. And yeah, I don't have anything out at the moment, but I got a bunch of stuff coming out in English or Spanish. You
do
whatever.
have El Camino out.
Oh, I do have El Camino. That's a song that's gonna eventually be on the Spanish project.
That shit fucking slaps,
So
too.
yeah, it's pretty good. I rap in English and Spanish on that one.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's all I got.
And then I forgot to mention Loco-Motive.
Oh, yes.
Vic and Train Go Loco. Vic and Train Go Loco at Instagram. And yeah, that's the vibes. Thank you so much for having us,
Of
guys.
course.
Thank you for being
It's been so much fun.
Would you like a song off your EP?
Do what?
Do you have a song that you want to play off the EP? I can
Sure.
throw it.
Yeah.
I can throw it on here. We got Bluetooth on this fucking thing.
Oh, man. Okay. Well,
The future is dope.
the single, should I play the single? What do you? That's the
Yeah,
one.
I think
That's the
so.
one that we led with. It's called Road to Nowhere.
Road to Nowhere?
It's got a music video, bro.
Yeah.
The music video
yeah.
is wild too.
Okay. Yeah.
And-
No, I watched that shit. It was really fucking
yeah,
cool.
thank
Those
you.
effects.
Yeah, we're not playing around. We're coming with storylines and the whole nine, So yeah, check me out on YouTube too.
Hell yeah.
Solo. But yeah, Road to Nowhere is the jam.
Awesome. Well, let's cue it up then for you. Come on. Okay. Are you gonna work for me?
Just acapella it.
Are you gonna work?
Been trapped inside that house.
Oh, so it just decides that it doesn't want to fucking do it. See, these are the technical difficulties I talk about. It's just like it doesn't feel like connecting right now. Nice, fucking.
Been trapped inside the house 2 weeks and now I'm stepping out. What else?
The last 2 weeks and now I'm stepping out. Just you and I don't have to speak the sound of heaven sound. My future running out rapidly, make the seconds count. I have my 9 lives, 2 to go, 7 down.
So what I got to prove? Did I blur
Fuck the Bluetooth, dude.
Yeah, come on.
This is Tiny Desk performance right now.
Fuck yeah, come on, man. What is up?
We do need to do
This thing
one
was
of those.
perfect. This thing was going just fine. I decided not to.
Hey, it happens.
What the fuck?
That's how you know it's a real DMT episode,
I love it.
That's how we prevent the deep fakes, is we have the technical issues. That way they always know.
No, they don't know.
This
There's
is
no way to
actually
tell. There we go. Fucking Christ.
Oh.
Boom. Boom.
Oh. I can hear it.
There we go.
I heard it in my
Road to
headphones.
Nowhere.
That's the jam.
Guys, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having us.
Anytime.
man.
And
Anytime.
very excited for both of you. What's to come?
Thanks, dude.
You guys are inspirations to us. I mean, yeah, you guys are doing what we hope to do.
Yeah.
Not in rapping. We would fail drastically. But in in the essence, in the
art world. Best Worst Cantina Collective brothers.
Right.
We're in it together.
Oh, yeah. Best Worst Cantina till I die.
Yes. BWC. Yep. Take it easy, Mayor McCheesy. Love you guys.
Holy shit.
I might crack a couple beers and bust a stunner on these hoes.
total vibe, bro. I love it.
On my number in your phone, making love under the covers when it's time to hold me close. Hope this feeling lasts forever.
I'm tripping out that you guys are here, and I'm listening to this, and I'm like, holy fuck, how can I get tickets to this concert? Then you guys are talking about being openers. I'm like, what are you talking about? Yeah, they're up for the...
Hey, well, I might have to let it breathe. Tell me where you wanna go, cause it's almost time to leave. I might pull up in the whip, I might get my girl the keys. She said, I just bought the tickets and I'm about to break the lease. I said, hey, well, I might have to let it breathe. Tell me where you wanna go, cause it's almost time to leave. I might pull up in the whip, I might get my girl the keys. She said, I just bought the tickets and I'm about to break the lease. She pinned the wings on my lapel, we hit the turbulence at 2. You wanna drink and Cozumel, I get to burning up the fuel. We at the beach, I'm out the shell, she poured the bourbon on a cue. Decipher dream, ain't hard to tell, the only one I want is you. She want the truth, you find it bottoms of the bottles of tequila on the shelf at the cabana. My manners on my breath, she like to go around my neck. Way I hold it down and check that, I'm like Hogan with the flex. You never know what's coming next, switch it up and make it knock. In the kitchen whipping like I'm on an episode of Chop. Shit been hitting different, Rocky Marciano make it drop. Out of boredom, headed border, speeding by the cops. Like life comes and goes and passes us by. Take it slow, I don't care. Drive back roads with you by my side on the road to nowhere. Hey, well, I might have to let it breathe. Tell me where you wanna go, cause it's almost time to leave. I might pull up in the whip, I might get my girl the keys. She said, I just bought the tickets and I'm about to break the lease. I said, hey, well, I might have to let it breathe. Tell me where you wanna go, cause it's almost time to leave. I might pull up in the whip, I might get my girl the keys. She said, I just bought the tickets and I'm about to break the lease. Been cooped inside the last 2 weeks and now I'm stepping out. Just you and I, don't have to speak that silent heaven sound. My future running out rapidly, make the seconds count. I have my 9 lives, 2 to go and 7 down. East side, come and bounce with me, bounce with me. West side, come and bounce with me, bounce with me. North side, come and bounce with me, bounce with me. Worldwide, come and bounce with me, bounce with me.
To climb for, 16, 18 hours and to get to this area,